welcome to Robyn's Turntable, the podcast where we talk about CDs, vinyls, and the occasional audio cassette tapes. I am your host, Robyn, and before we get things started, let me just say, happy late, New Year. Sorry I'm like 2 months late into the, you know, to the bit, but, yeah, I guess I should probably, explain where I've been before, I actually, get the ball rolling and explain what this is. So, as you can tell, I've not uploaded a lot of content over the past year. I want to say, for 2024, I've only, if I'm correct, I've only uploaded, 6 times last year. I already made, 6 videos. No, wait, I take that back. I only posted 3. Because there was the Palaye show I went to, and then there was the Hundreds of Beavers video I did for James's Hundreds of Beavers video, and then there was the Silence cover that I uploaded. So yeah, I didn't really post a lot, unless wait, when did this video come out? Okay, no, yeah, that came out in 2023. Okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, only 3 videos last year. That is not good for my algorithm. And to be fair, I honestly don't care for an algorithm because, I mean, I'm honestly, I think I've learned just growing up is that I'm not really one to be desperate to, having this be a constant, I'm not one to, really have much of a passion to, make content as I used to anymore. Not to say that I hate what I do. I mean, back then, I'd always, make YTPs and shitposts like that. Funny, kooky stuff. And then sometimes, on occasion, just a rare, short live-action, skit that I just do. Or just dumb, it's like a dumb short I just post of me or my friends just dilly-dallying. But, I think it's just after a while, just growing up and just so much, life stuff just hitting you in the bricks on just being placed on your shoulders, you don't really have the mental, strength to, make content a lot as often as you used to. Because I used to be, I guess, a powerhouse in a way. I'd always, be able to, dump whatever on my channel because I'd just make a YTP within a day and just be like, bam. Call it quits. I mean, well, not call it quits, but boom, done. Get it out there for all the world to see, no matter how bad it was. Yeah, I don't really look back on some of my old content that much, but they were there. It was a thing. So don't mind me. I am just messing with this. I'm messing with my Veto Tubes thing. So if you saw that, I'm sorry. A little behind the scenes stick. Yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, because I know you guys are normally used to seeing my face. I just started doing something a bit different with, doing a PNG tour thing, because, I got a virtual camera thing working on OBS. I'm recording this off of my Steam Deck, mind you. That is how I mostly, do, my PC stuff. But my laptop I use for, editing for James, but everything else is, all done on my Steam Deck. But, yeah, I wanted to make a cool, little setup. I actually used this setup for, a radio VC thing I do with friends of mine, where we go around, we go around in a VC. We take turns in around placing one song, and at the end we do a little bit of trivia. It's a fun gimmick we did. It's fun we're doing. I think we're doing another one later today, as by the time I'm recording this, which is Friday, the 28th of February. So I'm just trying to get this done before that's all up and going. But yeah. But no, yeah, that's a gimmick that we do there, and it's pretty fun. It's definitely a lot of fun, and I use this setup as that. But I think I'm just using this again for my podcast here, because I think it just suits right. But I guess other than that, I think I need to talk about some personal reasons why I've been where I've been at least for the past year. So, for the past year, I've had a lot of ups and downs. Mostly downs, and it kind of just got worse as the year went on. Started off great. But then, like, I don't know, my life kind of just fumbled a bit. Because as you all aware, my friend Don, or Koji, we do not live together anymore. Um, Eviction things happened, and he and his family had to, like, move out of the house, and I had to go back with my parents. I think that was, like, near the end, I believe, of June. Like, somewhere near the end of June. I was not happy about it, so I'm stuck back with my parents, and I'm not happy about it, because I'm very, 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 very uncomfortable and scared out of my mind living here. It's not the best living condition, but I'm also hoping that by the end of the year I should be moving in with my boyfriend, so that should be a plus. So hope to God I gotta stay alive till then. But I mean, there's some good moments that happened that year. I mean, before that, after the move out sort of shit happened, went to TMG with some friends of mine. Too many games. Had a lot of fun. Probably gonna do that again this year with MomoCon. So I'm looking forward to that, and of course, spend some like a week or so with my boyfriend as season tradition, or no, I mean summer tradition. I meant to say, bruh. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Um, let's see what else. I don't know. I can't really think of anything. That's just kind of been the most bumming moments of my life. I mean, there's so much on my plate that that just kind of holds me back from doing a lot of stuff. Jobs and such. Like I did have like a job at Burger King. I lost it at I lost it around August because I was just getting sick and tired of an employee, and getting on my ass for no reason. Like they had some sort of vendetta against me, and I just stormed out and walked out. Did not look back. But other than that, um, I don't know. I've kind of just been like, I'm just kind of like surviving for my own purposes. I just focus on myself and not like anyone else's bullshit just get to me, for one. So, um, yeah, that's definitely like one thing I've been, trying to, get a clear mind on. It's just that if I just give a shit about too many people at once, it's just I can't focus on myself and I can't take care of my own needs, and it's just I don't mean that to like any one of my friends online. I will love helping anyone out in need, but it's just like people I know in real life, like my parents. I just gotta learn to not give a shit and just focus on myself. Just do my own thing. Not let it get to me and all that. So yeah. Um. Though another cool thing that happened in 2024, a lot of music dropped. It was man. You know how everyone kept saying that 2017 was like a great year for like gaming and shit like that. This is like that again, but like with music because so many good stuff just came out this year. Heck, even like stuff that I know some friends of mine were looking forward to that I haven't like gotten to listen to yet. But I know I got my fair share of enjoyment that dropped this year with 6 different albums that have shaped my year. Oh god, 6. I have to talk about 6. It's the first episode. I gotta talk about 6 albums. Oh god. Why did I agree to this? Why did I agree to this? Oh god. We're gonna be here all day. Oh god. No, I don't mean that as a bad way. I'm actually really excited to talk about these. I know I've been like holding back on like talking about these. Wait, hold on. Let me adjust myself. Oh, no, I don't have no legs. What the hell? Oh my god. Okay, that's better. That was scary. Anyway, but but no, I'm actually like really excited about doing this, and I guess I should explain what the hell is Robyn's Turntable. So, first things first. How many of you are aware of a podcast called How's Too Many Movies? Oh, right, that's right. This is a recorded episode. You can't respond to me, and there's no one here with me. But if you have heard of it, this podcast is supposed to be something exactly like that. Because for Hal's podcast, he likes to talk about, of course, movies. Of course, that's in the name, and of course, but the idea behind Too Many Movies is that he's supposed to like to talk about his physical collection as well. Like, there's a movie that's part of his physical collection, and then there's a other movie that would just in general that we just talk about. I do have like a new Nolan episode that I should be recording with him soon. If it's not out already, I will post it in the link description below. But spoiler alert, we are going to be talking about Following and Doctor Strangelove. I can't. Well, it can't be a spoiler if both episodes are out. So Lamau. Anyway, but yeah, I wanted to like try to get this episode out before we record for that. That way, everyone can also see that when that episode drops and just double feature. You know what I mean? But yeah, but I kind of like start off this intro exactly how he starts off with like, welcome to Too Many Movies, the podcast where we talk about Blu-rays, DVDs, and occasional VHS tapes. I want to do something like that, where we're going to talk about CDs, vinyls, and the occasional audio cassette tapes. you get what I mean? So basically, this is just too many. It's just a Too Many Movies spin-off, but with music. So I jokingly thought of calling this like Too Many Records or something like that. But I knew Hal would send me a cease and desist copyright claim, being like, hey, you can't use that name. That's illegal. That's bad. I mean, even though we talked, I actually was talking to him in DMs, being like, hey, so I thought about doing like a podcast just like your show, but with like music. You're like, would you be like okay with that, or do you think I'd be just ripping you off? And he was actually like on board with it. Like he was actually like, he actually really liked it, and I kind of like joked like I thought about giving it like similar name like Too Many Records or something like that. He was flattered by the idea. He totally was actually like flattered. Like he actually liked the idea that I was thinking I thought I would come up with a name similar to that. But I think part of me is just like I'd love to, but I also think like it also just feel right if I made up something original. I kind of now recently realized I wish I called this Robyn's Jukebox. That would have been a better name instead of like Turntable. I thought about calling this the Turntable, but like I think that's already a podcast that already exists, so it's like, oh, I can't use that. So I gotta call it Robyn's Turntable. Man, I wish I called it Jukebox. I wish I knew about that word sooner so I can come up with that. But like I think Turntable also works better because because I own a lot of records and I love listening to my shit on vinyl. I just collect a lot of vinyl more than CDs of lately now that I own one. So there's that. Doesn't mean I hate collecting CDs. It's just I think I'm trying to get the hype why unique vinyls are unique to buy. So yeah. But so that was the idea of this, and other than that, it's just like lately, I've just really been thinking about wanting to do a lot more. I obviously just want to do a lot more content on my channel. I want to like post more often. I want to like make up for the absence I've had. And even though I can't really do the stuff I want to do right now because of my mental health and all that, I just want to focus more on my life and like my own like self-indulgence, which this has been one of them. And I just thought about a lot of doing a lot more like music content. I really wanted to like gush about my passion and love for music and my favorite interests and my favorite artists that I want to recommend all my friends and people that watch me. So all that. So, and I kind of just thought like, would I want to do like more script content or would I want to do it into like a podcast? Because I figured like if I want to do like script content, I just do it like, I don't know, I'd be like, I thought about it, I thought myself being the Phyllis of music. In a way, like I just make it similar to that in my own like gimmicky special way. But no, I thought that I've learned I've thought about myself lately because I realized I feel more better just just saying what just pops in my head and just go with it instead of just sitting down just write all out and then um just read what's on like a script. Like I'd love to like write a script and like be more professional about it, but it's just I have a bad habit of being lazy. This is just a lazy way of doing it, but I'm still being professional with it. I want to make this stylized. I want to make this, I definitely want to like make this, I mean I think this is also like another professional move. It's just, I think I think the script punch is just like too much work for me, and like I had to like too much editing. I want to do something I guess that's like less editing. Because I just rather I rather just use my like laptop and like my editing like skills for like making content for James, and getting paid from it. Because I mean I don't have a job at the moment, so I gotta make bank somehow. So yeah, but I think hopefully like maybe later down the line I'll get back to you in my YTP content. It's just this is kind of just a bit more self-indulgent sort of like thing I wanted to do on the channel, and just something I just need like an outlet to talk about my love for music. All right. So that's the thing. So yeah. But I hope you guys like do enjoy this, and I hope you guys want this, like, want more of this from me, and I'd love to like do more because I have so many ideas of like albums I want to talk about, and like definitely want to bring some friends of mine on. I definitely like want. I want to listen to like more music. Have this be an outlet to listen to more music that I have not heard of before, and also um, and just I don't know, just see what's out there of any types of music and stuff like that. You know, I think it's just a great way to just talk about my taste for music and find new ones based off of what my friends' tastes are like, or just in general. But yeah, I think that's the idea for Robyn's Turntable, and I'm really excited to do this, and I hope you guys are looking forward for me to do this more. I'd love to hear your feedback and everything. But I've stalled for long enough. We're 60 minutes in. I think it's time we talked about the albums that shared in my ear. Like I said, we have 6 albums to talk about, so we're gonna be here for a bit. But hopefully, I won't try to, I'm not gonna try to like be forever on every album. I want to kind of treat these brief if possible, so I can go a bit more further about my tastes, until I can go about the albums if I give them like their own separate episodes. As I think they deserve like an episode on their own, but this is like a more brief review, and then like I'll go more further review on a later episode, and also I'll talk about the physical copies I own of it. So I'm just gonna be talking the albums themselves. No physical copies, no none of that, no like special editions or deluxe editions. Because I know one of them does have a deluxe edition, but we're just gonna be talking the albums as themselves, nothing more, nothing less. So yeah, so buckle up, gang, because here we go. Oh shit. Wait. Hold up. That's spoilers. Oh god, I didn't think this through. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Oh man, I am in so much trouble. I'm in so much trouble. Ah! Where is everything? Where is it? Where's the music? I'm in the void. Get me out of the void. Okay, God. All right, there it is. There's the music. Okay, that was scary. All right. I should have thought of this before recording. Whoops, my bad, guys. So album 1, Haunted House by Abandoned Pools. This was released January 25th, 2024 for everyone who backed on the Kickstarter, and then March 29th, 2024 for everyone in general to the public. I put both release dates because I'm actually one of the people that did back for this album. Back when I heard the announcement a few years ago of Abandoned Pools making their big comeback. I have been in love with Abandoned Pools for I say like a couple of years now. Because I mean, if you guys are aware, which I mean, you ought to be, they are known to they're the guys. Well, Tommy's the guy behind the theme song for Clone High. Way back in the 1980s, secret government employees. Something government presidents and their copies and their teens now, and fuck. I know the song by heart. I don't know why my brain fried. Don't laugh at me. Stop it. Stop laughing. Okay, you done laughing? Okay, good. Anyway. But no, yeah, that's what they're known for, and of course, Humanistic. Some of their songs off of that album, which was their first album, they did some of them were actually on the show, because I think yeah, Mercy Kiss was on there, and then Sunny Day, was Forbidden Muse on there? I feel like it was there, or am I thinking of it? I felt like I'm thinking Blood, and of course, in the first episode, in the final episode, they had Start Over, which is another iconic song of theirs. But yeah, no, yeah, that's what they're known for. They were the band for Clone High. I think they were a band at one point. I know like Abandoned Pools is labeled as like Tommy's like solo project sort of shtick, and he just has like featured guests to like help him out with like his albums and stuff like that. That's the best way I can like describe Abandoned Pools. It's somewhat of a band, but it's also just Tommy just doing the whole thing himself. But yeah, but if I'm correct, this is his first album in over 10 years. I kid you not. His last album before Haunted House was Somnambulist, and I believe I gotta check. I'm checking my Spotify because it helps with the release date. Yeah, July 9th, 2013. So like 11 years ago. Holy shit. Well, I mean, close to, I mean, technically, it would be like 11 years if it did, like, pass the July 9th date, but, like, yeah, it's been 10 years. since since their last album before Haunted House. And wow, can I just say this album was definitely worth the wait. Because this has been my most highly anticipated like album for like the longest time, ever since I heard about like the Kickstarter trailer, and I saw like the teasers on the Twitter like teasing like the new content. Because I knew like, okay, Tommy's making a comeback. I was scared if we were I was scared to think that we were never gonna see anything from Abandoned Pools again. But then like I saw like the teasers and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh my god, it's fucking happening. It's actually happening. Oh, glorious day indeed. But no, yeah, I believe I have that video saved somewhere. It's unlisted, but like it was it's like unlisted like on his YouTube, I believe. Yeah, 3 years ago. I've been waiting for this thing for 3 years. That's how long I waited for this album to come out, for 3 years. Because that's when the Kickstarter dropped, and yeah, I backed it on there, and I backed it on Indiegogo as well. Because like it got like two of fundings, which is cool. So I backed for both on Kickstarter and Indiegogo, so I can get a signed copy of the CD and vinyl, which I'm really happy to own. But yeah, but no, yeah. Other than that, like I was like really stoked about this because I think like around that time, that's when I first got into Abandoned Pools, because like I listened to all their albums and Sublime Currency. Say what you guys want. Say what you guys want about their later work after Humanistic, because I know everyone says like Humanistic is like their best work, but Sublime Currency might be like my personal favorite. It might be my personal favorite album of all time. I'd love to like go more deep into why in a later date. That deserves its own episode. Definitely, I'd love to talk about all the albums on their own episodes at a later date. But yeah, Sublime Currency might be my personal favorite. I remember listening to that one night, and then just like all of a sudden, just like after I finished listening to it, it was just I just broke down in tears. It just I don't know what happened. I emotionally just broke me, and it was just it's a work of beauty. That's what I can really like describe Abandoned Pool's like later stuff. It's just like Tommy just has a way to like make his shit just sound beautiful and just wonderful, and just there's just a dreamy feel to it, and I just love it so much. And I think that's why I love Sublime Currency, and it just left me on an emotional roller coaster from beginning to end, and I was not the same after that. And then some of the Bullish dropped, and I'm like, this album's good, but like it's definitely like their weakest work for me, at least. But like I always thought like after hearing In Shadows, which was the closer song like Currency, which is like my favorite track, I always thought like there has to be something more to this. Like I wish there was like something. I wish that like I kept telling me like for this album to drop, it just get me like Sublime Currency did all over again. Like all I wanted was Sublime Currency to Electric Boogaloo to per se. And just some of the tracks, like it gave me like In Shadows and like Sublime vibes. I'm like, oh my god, this might be what I was hoping for. And when I first heard Aliens, which was like the opener, oh god, man. I felt like I just came home from being gone for so long, trapped in a void, wondering if there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And it just felt like this warm welcome after being gone for so long. And it just felt like a very happy reunion to like me and my love for this band. I don't know, this Abandoned Pool is just, whenever I listen to their stuff, there's just, I don't know. Sometimes I just find my meaning in life. What can I say? It just gives me a purpose to keep going. That's how it gets me. But yeah, dude, Aliens was like the second half of In Shadows that I've always like wanted, and it was a beautiful opener. It's probably maybe one of my favorite openers of their albums. Sublime Currency was the opener of its actual album. And I always loved that one. It was like a upbeat banger opener. Of course, Remedy's like also a good one, and every album has like a cool opening. Like the Remedy, the Remedy, Lethal Killers, Sublime Currency, and then whatever the fuck was the opener for Some of the Bullets. That one I could not care about, honestly. I'm sorry, that had a weak opener. Yeah, Focus. Focus. I don't know. Nothing about it really excited me as the other three. And then Aliens happened. It's just like, okay, already album of the year. But yeah, no, dude, so many like good tracks on this album. Like, if for a short album, it is a short album. It's like, technically 8, 9 if we count the remake of Compass from Somnambulist. But it's for a short album. I'm happy with what we got. I'm glad that we're finally gotten new Band Cool's content after for so long. And it's just, God, like everything just sounds so clean about this. Then it's just, I don't know where to start. Bear in mind, like, there's moments where I'll have like my brain fried, and I'm like, I don't know what to really say, and I'll like stutter, and I'll like try to think of what to say. So like, bear with me if I'm like really very autistic about this. But yeah, dude. Um, yeah, I think the title track, "Haunted House," is the second track. Dude, such a thrilling, fun song. I love it. I love the key change at the end as well. Let's go out in the magic hour. Let's go out in all the hell. It's fun. It's such a fun song. I love it. I actually got my friend who runs this channel called Perfectly Normal Lyric Videos to make a lyric video out of this, and it's like really goofy. And I'll put it in the description, but like, yeah, I wanted to do a lyric video of this. I want to make like actual like fan made lyric videos for like Aliens, because I've had an idea for that, because I really want to do that. But yeah, dude, it's fuck. Bear with me. Anyway, yeah, I love the title track. It's a fun kooky track, and I dig it. I also love Under the Stars. Definitely. I believe Reese and Claire, who was on from Long Sleep and on Something Like Currency, actually came back for this one, which I'm actually really happy about. That is awesome. I'm happy that Tommy and Ree are like still in touch, and they're still able to make content. Because I believe they did like an album called All Over the Penguin, which I've yet to listen to. But that's a thing that they've done together. But yeah, I'm happy their thing, and we got another song from Ree along with Tommy, so that's actually sweet. That's really sweet. Amazing Days is just so One Currency 2. It's literally just that. It sounds exactly like it, and I could not be happier, because I love the melody of both that and Aliens. And those were like my most two excited tracks I was like excited about the most. And finally, just to hear, it definitely, I think in the Kickstarter Seether, it sounded a bit different with like its like beats and stuff compared to how it does now. But like, I still like it. I'm still happy with it. I also find it funny that both Ben Pools and Coldplay now has two songs, both called "Amazing Day" and "Aliens." I just find that funny. Speaking of Coldplay, we'll get to them pretty soon. Don't you worry. Yeah. In Your House. Probably not like I think probably like my least favorite of the album. I still like it, but it's a good song, but like I wasn't too crazy on it. It's a fun song though. It's just I don't think like it didn't excite me as much as the other tracks did. Didn't pump me up as much, but definitely a fun song. Good times all around. Big Eyes. Oh, dude. This one, like, kind of, like, shattered me in a way. Because, like, I love how, like, slow and somber it sounds. And just... It reminds me of Rush of Blood to the Head. Like, the title track from Coldplay. It has, like, the same vibe to it. And I love that. Because Rush of Blood to the Head's a really good song. I love that song off that album. I love how it sounds so... I guess, like, the way, like, it sounds, like... very end of the day, but yet sort of like end of the world sort of shtick. It's just like your final moments of life as everything crumbles sort of shtick. That's what it kind of sounds like, and it just gave me that same vibe again with Big Eyes. I love that. Also, Going South. It's also a very comforting song. It's a very like comforting song. I love like I love like its lyrics. Like, I can see you there by the glow of your phone. I can hear you sigh. Am I wearing you out? Are you still full of doubt? Are you going south? You're not so alone. Dude, those lyrics kind of just hit hard for me. Just kind of the stuff I kind of need to hear. And someone who just, like, deals with a lot of, like, negativity and just like, you know, doubt and just depression. And it's just a really comforting song that I definitely like needed to hear when you're going through a lot, and you just that feeling someone to tell you that you're not alone, people are there for you. It's such a oh. Dude, this album's peak. What can I say? We're still not done. We also have the final song, only so many days. Dude, this is a lovely way to close out the album. I still think this is the last track of the album. Compass, I don't really count. It's a remake. It's not original. It's nothing new. But yeah, in a way, I'm really happy how this closes out, because I feel like in a way, like, if this is how Abandoned Pools would have gone out, if this is like a one-off album, I would have been like totally fine with that. Because I think this gave me like the satisfied ending that I definitely like wanted out of like Selling Currency. Like, Selling Currency like left me satisfied, but it also just left me depressed for some reason. It left me like sad in a like good and yet bad way. It's just, I don't know. It's just like there's a very sad mellow ending to it, but here it just feels like a very like happy like closure and like satisfying way to like close it out. And dude, oh, dude, what an album! I definitely have said before, but like this was definitely like worth the wait and worth the hype. Like, I'm so happy this album exists. I'm so happy that Tommy's that finally came back, and and hell, I'm also glad that this isn't going to be like a one-off, because I believe Tommy is going to be doing another Kickstarter. I believe it like ended, but like so you can still like fund for it. But yeah, we are planning to get an album 6 at some point, and I'm very eager to hear that, because that means we're gonna get more content. Tommy ain't gonna be going anywhere. This isn't just a one-off like thing, just to like just keep us on our toes. No, Banded Pools is finally back in full gear, and I could not be happier. These guys were my comfort band. What can I say? I'm really happy to like know that Tommy just finally Tommy's just back, and he gave us just another beauty of work, and I can't, Tommy, if you're watching this, I can't thank you enough, man. This album like changed my life, and just definitely like the kind of album I've been dying to hear. Thank you so much. Don't ever leave me again. Don't make me wait another 10 years. I'll wait a couple of years, but not 10. That was, well, I mean, to be fair, I've not been a fan of Banded Pools like since the beginning, but I feel like I have in a way. I feel like I waited 10 years, but not really. But still, yeah. I would not want to go through that decade wait like most people have if they were fans from the beginning. But yeah, speaking of comfort bands, another one formed this year. Oh, where am I going? Get back. Okay, much better. That was weird. Speaking of cover bands, another banger came out this year from from an artist that I haven't listened to before 2024. That also became another comfort band and just really just wowed me this year. And that is none other than 21 Pilots' Clancy. And this released May 24, 2024. Wow. Double 24s. Look at that. But yeah, this is the second album that I looked for. I dropped this year that piqued my interest. Um, funny story with this one. So there's gonna be like a few like artist names on here that I have not listened to before 2024. That actually like really like wowed me and like blew me away and just became my new favorites. There's definitely like some old friends here that that I've been into. You probably aren't like aware of that, so I've been into some of these guys for like a couple of years, but like for me it's just like I've been Ben Pools I've been into for like quite some time, but 21 Pilots, no, this was a new interest this year, or I mean last year per se. God, we're in 2025 now. Whoops. But yeah, no, Clancy dropped this year, and yeah, this might be actually my favorite album from them, because here's the thing. I actually did like do like a marathon of most of the 21 Pilots albums, not the self-titled album, because well, here's the thing. I've been told that from my friends who were more invested in 21 Pilots than I was for the longest time. Back when like when this like release back when they were like teasing the new era, like on Spotify and like other digital stores, like the other albums had like red tape all over it. Because I know like for 21 Pilots they have a thing for tape, especially for like during the Trench era. Like Trench era was like yellow, and then like this one's like red. So like they had like red tape over the album covers, and they wanted to assume, okay, they're hyping up something, and they're hyping up like something's coming. And of course, lo and behold, we got Overcompensate as a single, and then the rest is history from there. And then yeah, that's what we knew. Yeah, Clancy was happening. So yeah, and then my friends are telling me, oh yeah, you should probably like if you want to like understand the lore, you probably should listen to the other albums first before Clancy. I'm like, there's lore. Yeah, there's lore. We'll go into the lore at a later date, but yeah. So I guess I just had to I had to listen to like all the other albums before this, so I did my homework, and I studied for the exam, I guess you could say. I think I started with Trench because I believe I've owned Trench for like the longest time, because I heard Chlorine one day thanks to my mom, and I'm like, okay, wow, I might be into 21 Pilots now. I know, I've heard of 21 Pilots like long before I got into them, because they were known for Stressed Out, and you'd hear that in the radio a lot, or Heathens from Suicide Squad, and Ride. And if you're really an old timer, oh, now it's you, because I remember hearing that on the radio a lot. But yeah, that's what I always known them for. But other than that, like, they were never really my thing. I liked hearing them on the radio, but like, I was never like super like hyper fixated onto them. I never like got entirely into them, but like I always liked hearing their stuff on the radio. But but yeah, after hearing Chlorine, I finally felt invested into listening to them. So I got a Trend CD, and then I haven't even I didn't touch it for like a long while until the Clancy era happened, and I'm like, all right, fuck it, we're gonna start 21 Pilots now. So I just went on a walk, put on the Trend CD, and then yeah. So I kept going on. I like listening to albums when I go on walks. It definitely like helps. It's a nice pastime to do. But yeah. So I just did that for the other albums. So I did Vessel. I did Boilerface, So Nicey, Trench, and then yeah, I was all prepared for it. Because I guess Vessel's somewhat connected in a way. Like, not entirely, but I guess it was covered by like, the red tape, so I figured that was like a reason it was connected in a way to the lore. They didn't do that for the self-titled album, because I know they don't talk about the self-titled album that much. Well, no, hold on, no, they I think Tyler played like one or two of their songs from their concert, I believe, because I did go to the Clancy concert, so I think they did that. Hold on, let me check the playlist, because I know like I'd make like a playlist set list of like of the concert and stuff. I think a lot of people do that as well, but okay, yeah, Attic with a Pin. They did play Attic with a Pin, and then they played Fall Away, and that's from their self-titled. So, yeah. Yep, checks out, actually. But, of course, Regional at Best, I don't really talk about, even though it's like a beta version of Vessel. And, but yeah, that's like the black sheep of the album, I guess, per se. But, yeah, so I marathoned those who I thought were important, and then I was prepared for Clancy, and, yeah, this might be like one of my new favorite albums of all time now. And I'm just going to say it. Better than Trench. Better than Trench. I will die on that hill. I just liked it. I like this album more than Trench. Trench is still good. It's just, I don't think, like, it didn't really click with me as hard as this one did. I hate to say it. I think I bring up Trench because, like, I know, like this is supposed to be, like, a return to, like, the Trench, like, rebellious rock tone era that album had. Because I know, like, with Skilled and Icy, it sounded very, like, more upbeat and, like, poppy, I guess. And there's a lore reason to that. Because I know a lot of people just, like, don't like Skilled and Icy. But, like, I think, like, because it sounds different and all that. And it's just like, well, you have to understand, there's a story, there's, like, an actual, like, story why it sounds like that. Because it goes along with the story that they're trying to write. So you can either, understand the reasoning or just not be a diehard fan and just be stinky about it, per se. Okay, I think I've gone off with the story enough. I should probably talk about the album now. Yeah, like I said, probably like one of my favorite albums that dropped this year, and definitely one of my favorite albums of all time. I swear, with like every we listen. I just love this album more and more. Every song does not bore me. Like, I love every song dearly. It's the X and Y effect all over again, where it's like every time I listen to X and Y by Coldplay, I just love it more and more. Like every track just grows on me, and I love it, and I don't have no issues with it whatsoever. It's just that good. What can I say? Overcompensate is a really it's a really great opener. I really love how it has like this very slow piano tone, and then just like all the instruments like build up with the and it was so epic and like so like theatrical and awesome. It was like so it's such a cool way to start the album, and then like the actual song starts and the beat switches, and like I mean. I wish like I wish like the first half actually was like a song itself. I thought I was going through that, because I love how like so fast and like upbeat and like epic and like I guess theatrical would just sound like and then you hear like the bandito chat, the I created this world to feel some control. Yeah, you hear that like playing, and it's like that's so cool. It's so cool. And then the actual song starts, and it's just kicks ass. Oh, Tyler just doing spitting his facts as usual, and it's such catchy. It's so groovy. Everything it's just a warm welcome back to that trench vibe that we also know and loved in this. Because we're back in trench. Clancy's back in trench, and he's ready to storm Dima and all that jazz. So yeah, next semester also really another this one's a really more deep like a more deep track, I believe, because I believe because the story behind this is that the story behind next semester is that it talks about one of Tyler's like game end attempts, um let's say, because he tried to trying to get himself hit by a car, because the lyrics is like I remember certain things like what I was wearing, the yellow dashes in the street, and then he prays for those lights to take him home. And they heard, "Hey kid, get out of the road," and all that. So like that's what it kind of like tells. Like I think he tried doing this attempt while he was like in college. Thus the reason why it's called next semester. As kick ass as it sounds, I really like how it's a very more rock beat to it, because it has their other stuff sounds has like a more like pop rap, but like rock kind of fuck to this. But this feels completely like hard rock in a way, and I really like that tone. It really like suits next semester in a way. I love the ukulele outro as well. I love that slow closure to it. But the song break really slaps, even with its deep meaning. I love it. Because I know what it's like to, because I always hear like a lot of people like go through a lot when it comes to like college. Like it's hard for them, and like I can kind of see why that would drive them mad to do something like this. And I mean, I haven't been to college yet, but I can tell like it's not gonna be an easy peasy deal. Because I know I probably would. I mean, I would not have the balls, actually, take my own life or anything. But like, God, I'd probably would go insane if if it was this stressful for me. But yeah, backslide. This one's a fun one. Definitely. This was another single. I think the first three songs dropped, and then I believe so the first three songs on here, Overcompensate, Next Semester, Backslide released as singles, and then there was The Craving. Backslide, I really loved how it just sounds like stressed out too, like the music video and everything. Oh yeah, every song on this album got a music video. That's cool. I love it when like bands like do that. They'll give every song like a music video, because like there's some sort of form of importance to it, and that's sick as hell. But yeah, Backslide feels like stressed out too. Like it definitely has that same vibe. Tyler just riding the bike in the neighborhood, like just like in the old days. Except there was like an old tricycle, but like here's like an actual bike, and I like that. It's a fun song. All these songs are fun. Like I can't like sorry if I'm like very repetitive, but it's just like they're all just so good and like groovy. I love Midwest Indigo. I believe that song is I think about I think it's just them talking about their hometown and stuff like that. I love the what's your ETA? 2 minutes. And then did you pull up yet? Not yet. I love that part so much. It's so good. Yeah. Another fun song. But yeah, Midwest Indigo. Routines of the Night I think is a actual favorite of mine. I love this song a lot. It's so good. I love how it's definitely just I think it's kind of like next semester in a way. It's just like that like just having those fears of wanting to take your own life and stuff like that, and just like I guess it's actually like routine design. It's just like I think it just feels like, just having all those these depressive thoughts just at night, and it just like makes you lose sense of yourself, and just makes you want to do something drastic or anything like that. And I love how much of a fan loved song this song has become, because I remember hearing this on the Jimmy Fallon show. I loved that mix. I loved how it got like going like a little, like his own concert music video in a way. By the way, I'm still waiting on that Clancy concert, guys. Whenever that's dropping, because you guys said you were gonna do one. You guys said you were recording one. I don't know when that's dropping, but we better get it. I swear to God. But yeah, no, yeah, Roots Tonight is just I think is a really, I think it's definitely like one of the best songs on the album. I think just serves what it tells, and I think it's definitely a fan favorite, from what I believe, because of how much recognition it's getting, like from the own band themselves and like everything else. Vignette is actually my personal favorite, another personal favorite, but first the moment I heard it, I was immediately in love. I love the chorus in Vignette. I love the clinging to promises. Oh, dude, that high voice Tyler does just got me sending, bruh. Oh God, why did I say that? But dude, like it's I can't help but dance to this song every time I hear it. It's so good. I love how like just this album is peak. Fuck. But yeah, Vignette's just my favorite. It's like this upbeat vibe. I love the chorus. I love Tyler's Tyler's vocals just goes crazy here. Like in the chorus, high as it sounds. It's just got me sending. It's just heavenly. I love the no, it's not me. It's for a friend. Denial. It's definitely it's a fun one. What can I say? It's definitely like one of my personal favorites off the album. Craving is a very sweet one. It's a very sweet one. I know there's two versions of it. There's like a more upbeat one for the single version that's not on the album, and then there's the one here called Jenna's version, where it's like a very more slow ukulele version. And of course, it's a song dedicated to Tyler's wife Jenna, which of course I like how there's like two meanings behind it. It's talking about because Jenna's version, of course, it's directed towards Tyler's wife Jenna and his love for her. And then the craving, I think the single version has like a other meaning where it's like just craving something that you create, and just just putting so much passion into it. Because I think like in that video, it's like, so I believe Tyler and Josh are creating like a shotgun shell. Like they're coming like a design for a shotgun shell, and like they're coming like a custom design for all that for like these two guys just to shoot a play off of it. But it missed, and like it fired and missed to play it. So it's just it kind of tells me like you put so much effort into something for the big men's upstairs just to like try to please them, or just be like just be like whatever, and just thrown away like it's everything else. Like you can't like stand out or anything. And I really like the message that it tells in, like, I think in the single version, in that music video. I think it has a really good message in that. I like how it has like two different meanings. It's definitely but yeah. I'm not gonna talk about that one yet. But navigating, I think even, and there's another fan favorite. Navigating's such good. It definitely has more of that more hard rock kind of like vibe. I definitely like love that you don't hear often from them, and it's so good. In the music video, it definitely follows along right after Overcompensate with its lore, and it just kicks ass. This album just kicks ass. It just sounds I wish it was more aggressive though. I wish we had Tyler screaming, because I know Tyler likes to scream. But dude, I think like that. I think that's what this thing's missing. It needed some more angst to it, because it sounds very angry in a way. But yeah, dude, this song kicks ass. I remember Tyler said this was like his least favorite on the Clancy live stream, and I'm like, are you kidding me? This song is peak. You went crazy with this one. How did you like? Why? Because he was like almost like debating not putting this on the record, and then Josh was like, no, put it on the record. I can't believe this guy, man. Bro made peak, and he's like, yeah, no, this kind of sucks. I don't think he hates it, but it's just like, I think he's probably I think he's like that because he's saying to himself that he probably could have done better with this one, Like, again, screaming. I think this is what it needed. But yeah, navigating, it slaps, it kicks ass. It's a headbanger. Um, Snapback, I think, is another. Snapback's also like a very lovely one, because I think the meaning behind that song is kind of learn. It's like, you try so hard to like trying to like overcome a habit, or just like move on from your past mistakes, and then you get back into that habit and you have to like start over again, leaving you to like snap back into that habit. That's why it's called that. And I love how it has like the serious vibe it has with it. It's a very slow, uh, it's a slow beat sort of song. Got a bad feeling that I'm about to break. But the pressure's overweight. I gotta snap next, and I gotta snap back. Yeah, I love that. I think my favorite lyric is especially in like the music video where like it's Tyler getting his haircut and all that. He's getting it like all like nice and like shaved off in a way, and then like he looks in his reflection in the mirror where he has that hair, and it's like, oh, it's you. Well, welcome back to the show. Been a minute. And he's like talking to himself in a way in that part, and I love that in the video. It's really really cool. It's like talking to like your past self who has made all the mistakes, and then like or like it's like you're either talking to yourself that's like has like moved on or something like that, and you're talking to the other one who's just like stuck in those like that void in a way. And I like that. It's just like just the two sides of yourself just intersecting, and just like I mean you gotta like get back out there, man. You can't give up now. But yeah. Speaking of that, dude, Oldie Station. I know I said Vignette was like my personal favorite, but I need to take that back to Oldie Station. This song broke me. I didn't really understand the hype for it until like after I came home from Virginia. But oh my god, man, this song, this might be my comfort song, in a way. Because in a way, the song's just kind of like just telling you that in a way, it's just saying despite all what you've done, or like there is nothing stopping you from giving up. There's nothing. It's never too late to keep going and not give up, and pushing forward. Even at your lowest point, you gotta like stay alive and like keep moving forward. And in the words of the song, push on through. And I think it's just the kind of song I really need to hear after going through so much stuff, and just feeling like I've not been like myself as of late. And it's this kind of song where it's just I need to like it's just the motivation keep going to see the end of the tunnel, and find that meaning of life, and just feel happy again. And actually like feel pure joy, be with people that I truly love, not in this world full of negativity and shit. And it's just I just gotta push on, and I think Oldie Station does that perfectly. Especially I really love like the bridge part, which I think is my favorite part of that song, and it's it's got me breaking down in a moment. It's so good. It's a really comforting song. I'm really happy I got to hear that live. I definitely like very happy to hear that live, because I think like as of now they got it off the set list because a lot of people were getting butthurt over it because of between that and like Slow Town, and I'm like, are you guys fucking kidding me? And now it's like off the set list from their later shows, and it's like, good job guys. What the fuck? What is wrong with you people? He made that song for you guys. He made that song as a way to celebrate you for like how far you've come, and you're just like, boo, boo, Slow Town, boo. I even listen. I haven't fucking listened to Slow Town. I'm sure it sounds like ass. Don't think that. Don't kill me for that. But I mean, I never heard of it. I don't get the hype. Oldie Station is something else. Y'all just butthurt. I think in a way, like, the song is kind of like Truce in a way, their closure for Vessel, because that was also kind of like telling the same message of just, hey, stay alive. Just stay the fuck alive. I think that's like what Tyler wants. He wants like his fans to, push forward and like stay alive, and don't let like the feeling of like, taking your own life or anything like that. Get to them in a way, and just find purpose in life and just find joy and just grow from your mistakes and find meaning, find life, seek God, whatever. I think that's also kind of like we could say the same for at the risk of feeling dumb, because I think the idea is like, hey, don't jump off of a don't jump off, don't be dumb. And I think that's the idea behind it, because it's like, at the risk of feeling dumb again is not risk of losing a friend. And like in that music video, they're on top of like stuff and they're jumping off of stuff, or at least like they're like jumping off of like a shed or something like that. Which I mean, that's fine. But as that goes on, like they're on top of like a building and stuff like that. So it's like giving the idea, it's like, oh hey, yeah, you really don't want to like jump and like hurt yourself. That'd be a dumb idea. Don't do that. And I love how like it kind of goes hard. It really does go hard. That song does, and that's like that's before like the closure. Paladin Straight. Paladin Straight is a lovely closure. It's so good. Also another favorite, because there's a very sorry, I was yawning. There's a very satisfying feel to that song, because it feels like, in a way, because in the music video it goes along with the lore, because I think it's like I said during Overcompensate, it's like Clancy's back in Trench, he found his way back to the Banditos, and now he's gonna join the Banditos and rise against Dima to take down the 9 bishops, along with Nico Blurryface, and finally just find this freedom that he's wanting and the happiness that he's seeking, and just no longer this isolated city that he was forced to live in his whole life. And it's like they're just storming there, and they're fighting back, and it's so cool. It's like so cinematic and everything. It's awesome. And I love that. I love that a lot. I think also it's just like, in the way, like the way it sounds also just sounds like, that feeling of accomplishment, that feeling of freedom, that feeling of like just coming home after a long battle of everything. And like in that, and to be fair, I do like the pause. I do like the silence, that 1 minute silence, where you just hear like you just hear like the sounds of nature. You just hear like birds chirping, winds blowing, all that. And it just feels like, and I like that, because I feel like in that sign, that moment, it's just like Clancy won. Like Clancy just found that peace that he was searching for. He's finally like satisfied. He's finally free. He's got nothing to worry about now. And it's just that brief moment of silence, and he's just in peace for the moment, and then the song keeps going. The song just keeps going, and then you hear the ukulele, and it's like, it's a slow acoustic tone of the song, and then it's talking about how like Clancy's on top of the tower, he's about to find Nico, and once he shows himself, then it's like, oh, you really think you won, huh? And then he quotes the quotes, I believe very local. He's like, so few, so proud, so emotional. And he's like, hello, Mario. I'm sorry. I've ruined it. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's such a really good closure, because I love it. It's a really, it's a very bittersweet ending. Like you think it's over. This is it, the end of the lore. But then it's like, I don't think we're done just yet. We're nearly there, but I think we can extend this on for a little bit further. Because I know Tyler said at the end of the live stream, he's like, do you really think this is like really the end? But I know like a lot of people. I know like speaking of which, I know that was like the only thing they didn't drop this year, because I know later that year they dropped the line. And this was for season 2 of Arcane. They are part of that soundtrack, and that was really cool. So we figured, oh shit, new 21 Pilots content, even after the album dropped. Let's go. So that didn't come out until late in the later half of the year. But I know, like, I think that was like I think that album was like definitely like on its own in a way. Like it was meant to like be like, it's like that song was just meant to be like on its own. It's not meant to be part of the lore. Because a lot of people are like assuming like, oh yeah, this is actually like the final chapter of Clancy. Like, oh yeah, Clancy lost, he gave in to the bishops, and now he's like come to accept it, and he's like, and it's just kind of like a way of apologizing to like the Torchbearer, which is Josh's character. It's just like, I'm sorry for what I've become. I'm afraid, I can't change that, and it's just like, this is it for me. I've lost. Just got to accept it, man. I hope you don't hate me for it or anything like that. But I think like in a way, because I think Tyler, I think explained in like an introduction video, like this is like the song's kind of like dedicated to his grandmother, I believe, and it was kind of just the song was kind of also had that sort of like connection to him, because he kind of said like if he's writing a song for like anything, for any like sort of show stuff like that, he wants to like find a reason why he's doing it for like his own personal reason, and not just have it just be something he made for a show. Which I totally get that. I get the idea of like if I'm gonna write a song for like a show that the studio asked me for, I gotta have it. I gotta like feel like in a reason like, oh yeah, I want to have the right to write the song as if it's like, oh yeah, I definitely wrote this for like not just for like a show's reason, for like our own reasons as well. Like we have also have like our own meaning behind this song, and not just meant for like something, something for like a big budget project or whatever. But yeah, I think like I could say the same for like Palaye, because I know like as of last year, Palaye, the Palaye brothers, they lost their mother, and they released Wednesday afternoon along that year. I think it was Wednesday afternoon, and it was definitely dedicated to their mother. But yeah, but before we go, speaking of Palaye, that's our next album we're gonna be talking about, Death or Glory. But before we talk about that, we gotta talk about Lavish, baby! Lavish, baby! Yeah, Lavish! This is the greatest song of all time, baby! Woo! Yeah, Lavish! I love Lavish, Charlie! I love Lavish! This song is sex! This song is sex in a song! Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my virginity losing to this song! Oh my god! Oh! Lavish was the most what the fuck song is this on the album? And I'm really happy it exists because this thing is goofy as hell. This is the most goofy ass kind of shit that they made for this album, and this is right after The Craving. So like after like he's saying about his wife, they're like, welcome to a new way of living, it's just the beginning of Lavish. And then the whole music video is just Tyler and Josh in a limo with suits on, going to different places, goofing around with like all like the signs and stuff to go along with the lyrics of the song. And it's like it's goofy, and it's like you can't really take it seriously because this thing is like a shitpost of a song, but we love it because it's just we just love how this it's a funny ass song in a way. It's a fun ass song. I had to say the best for last because that song's like peak. This song is the Bible. Oh my god. But yeah. Yeah, that song's especially I believe Lavish. I think in Columbus, Ohio, which they originate from. That's an actual cafe, and I believe from what I've heard from like my friend Sora and Nevermore, they have actually placed like a cutout of Tyler and Josh like on the doors of it, and of course they play the song, or like they play the music video like over like on a screen, so they are aware of how much popular they become now, and I find that so. But yeah, Clancy, what a wonderful album. This was phenomenal. It was awesome. I loved it to death. But yeah, man, anything else I need to say about this? Oh yeah, dude, I want to talk about how like when I went to the concert, right? They played Guns for Hands, right? Which I really loved that one from Vessel because I love the idea it's that like Tyler's fear of like losing his friends over taking their own lives, that being Gun for Hands are like hey, and he's like scared of like. Because he's like, I'm trying to sleep. And he's like wide awake at night thinking about like, dude, what if like a fan of mine just dies today? I'd be broken by that. And it's a very serious song, and as upbeat as it sounds like, it has like a really serious meaning. And then they transition that to Lavish, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You're taking this serious ass song where you're like, hey guys, don't kill yourself, and then we're just like, oh, welcome to the new day of living, it's just a new beginning of Lavish from the floor to the ceiling. And I'm just like, are you, wow, okay. These fuckers, I swear to God. I had a nice time at that concert, though. I'm not gonna lie. It was definitely fun. Definitely worth going. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, I think like I said earlier, I brought up Palaye. I brought up like Wednesday afternoon, right? So yeah, so speaking of them, Death or Glory by Palaye Royale. This released August 30th of 2024, and this is album number 3 of what definitely shaped my year and sorts. So anyway, Death or Glory. This is Palaye's 5th album, I believe. in their discography. And well, to be fair, I've only listened to the Bastards and Fever Dream at this moment in time. By the time I'm recording this, so this is like my third like Palaye album that I've heard from them. I've yet to listen to the Boom Boom Room duology, but yeah. But no, Death or Glory. Um, so this one's interesting because I think with like the tone of the Bastards and Fever Dream, I guess they have a bit more of a more serious, more aggressive sort of well, more moody sort of tone to the albums compared to this one. And I think that has to do with the fact that Bastards and like Fever Dream is a more and more serious kind of like album with like a I guess those albums have like lore to them. There's like some sort of story to it. I do not know of the lore, and I don't know what the story is exactly. So yeah, call me a fake fan. I'm sorry. I don't know. I need to dig deeper into their stuff to like understand. But no, dude, I love this band a lot. I've been a fan of them like over the past year or so, and I know my friend Sora got me hooked onto Palaye Royale because I know they were so big into it. And after a while, I finally started listening to Fever Dream, and I'm like, oh my god, I get it. I get the hype now. Wow. But no, and then after that, I finally listened to the Bastards, and I really liked that one. Because I own both those on vinyl, and of course, Death or Glory as well. Yeah, I think I own, I believe, every album that I'm talking about on here, on both on vinyl and on CD. So, yeah. But we ain't gonna be talking about those, sorry. Yeah, this one's interesting, because I think this one just, it doesn't, because this is an album that doesn't really sound too, like, all deep and serious compared to the other two. It's definitely just like a more of a refresher kind of like album compared to those two. And I guess I could say this is the Skilled and Icy of the Palaye discography. How it just sounds very more upbeat and just good vibes all around. And that's basically just what this album is. It's just it's a very fun sounding sort of album. And nothing's wrong with that. I think as of right now, this is definitely the weakest of the three albums I've listened to so far. I have no idea what Boom 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 and side A and B have to offer if they're like weaker than this, but yeah, definitely the weakest, but that does not stop it from being a very good album. This album has really grown a lot on me after I first listened to it, and I really like every song on here. It's really good. I definitely love the opener, which is Death or Glory Coast. It is such a kick-ass opener. Just gets the party going and everything. It's so awesome. I love hearing it. It's probably one of my favorites at the moment from them. And dude, I love like the chorus. It's just it's death or glory 'cause I'm fucking horny. I kid you not, that is the actual lyric. Oh god, Remington, you are a lyrical genius. I love you. But the album opener is just kicks ass a lot. Hot Mess, probably my I think this is probably like Mean Tour's like least favorite track on the album. It's there. I like it. I'm not too like big on it to like listen to the album. I mean, no, the song a lot compared to the other ones on here. But I think it's decent. Just My Type. This was one of the first singles that released for the album era. I love how upbeat it is. I love how like it's a groovy track. I gotta say. I think in the music video, I think around the time, I think like it was a bunch of like crew members and like fans of Palaye and stuff like that that actually did like the music video for them because I think around that time that's when they were still grieving over their mother's passing. So it's a very the music video is like very interesting and very different because of that reason. But it's a fun one. I'd say go watch the music videos. They're definitely very cool. Oh yeah, dude. Oh fuck. I want to, dude. Oh, we haven't gotten to that song yet, but I definitely love the music video for that one. But I'll explain what it is when we get to it. But yeah, Just My Type's very fun one. It's a very groovy, happy-go-lucky sort of, I guess, sort of song. I just thought of like so just recently Death or Palaye Royale. I almost said Death or Glory or something like that was their art band name for some reason. Kind of sounds like a band name for, I guess. No, so Palaye Royale, um, so I guess just to stop what I'm talking about for a second. So, Palaye, just are now doing their second U.S. tour, their second Death or Glory tour. I took part of the first one. Me and Sora both did. Well, the first one happened in Chicago. We definitely had a blast. It was really cool. I loved all the other artists that played up there, like Weathers, Dynamite, and Icy Stars. Icy Stars was probably like the closest I was gonna get of like a metal concert at that time and moment in time because they were kind of heavy on stage. But yeah, but actually my first actual metal concert is gonna be Spirit Box pretty soon, and I cannot wait for that. Oh boy, I'm stoked for Tsunami Sea. Just so you guys know about that. I will be talking about that. I fucking love Spirit Box, guys. Oh my god, that's gonna be coming out next week, and I'm stoked. Well, if I mean, depends on when this video comes out. Like, I mean, again, well, okay. Here's the thing. I'm recording this on the 1st of March. I know I said like the 28th yesterday, but this is like a second audio. This is a second recording that I did. I'm splitting this into parts, but it all makes sense in the end. Yeah, I don't have a lot of time in the world just to do this all in one day, unfortunately. Fuck. They didn't come to St. Louis on their first U.S. tour, but they did on the second one. And of course, Sora came down here where I lived, and we got to experience it together. And I think it was, I don't know if it was just my type. Hold on, let me look up the set list. No, wait, no, it was for just my type. They did play for you like later near the end of the concert, but no, yeah, during just my type, they had like fucking balloons going everywhere, and it was like so sick because I never had an experience like that before. Because I know like most concerts would do stuff like that, and that happened. I'm like, yo, this is sick. This is hella cool. I want to say like last year was like the first time like I've been like doing like concerts and stuff now. I never got to see like artists I like perform live my whole life. Finally, like last year, I finally got to do it with like Palaye's Dead to Me tour. They were doing in the U.S. because they came to St. Louis, so I got to experience in the Duck Room. And of course, I did film that. You can see it on my channel. Like I filmed the whole show, and then yeah, I went to the first Dead to Me tour, and then the second one. I've seen them like 3 times, like over the span of a year. That is crazy. What a record. But yeah. Anyway, back to the album because I forgot. I got distracted by talking about the concert. I'm sorry, Jet. But but yeah. So so far I've seen like Palaye Royale 3 times. I've seen 21 Pilots. Gonna be seeing Shinedown in August, and of course Spirit Box I believe in April. So yeah. Ache in My Heart is it's a very interesting one. I love dancing to this song a lot. It's another groovy song. I love the I don't know who's like there's someone else that's like I think singing along with Remy. I don't know like what I don't know if it's like a high pitch like effect that he's doing with it. But like when you start the song like it's just like this female singing like the chorus part of the song. And I don't think it's like credited or anything like that. I might have to like look into that, but it's a very interesting song, and I really like it. Um, it's a every track's just groovy on here. I think out of all the tracks on this album, I think For You might have been my most favorite re-listened. I think it's definitely one of my like favorite tracks on here. I like so many favorite tracks on here, but like For You is like it really grew on me a lot. It's very upbeat, definitely very catchy, and I love grooving to the song every time I hear it. It's such a fun song. I love I love its lyrics. I love its melody. I love everything about this song. It's so good. Um yeah, I know. I probably sound like I'm like repeating a lot. I'm not the best at like criticizing stuff. Hopefully, like as more of the show goes on, like I get better, like being able to like giving more better details of like like songs and such on every album I talk about. But it's just, I don't know. I'm very easy to please, and I'm not the best, uh, expert, I guess. I don't know. Again, this show is just kind of more of, I guess, like more of a self-indulgent kind of like sort of thing where I just talk about things that I really like, which is music. So yeah. Oh, Dark Side of the Silver Spoon. Okay, this one's like a really cool track. I love this one. Oh, dude, like I love the chorus. I love the chorus as well. it's a really cool chorus, and I love its melody and like instrumental. It's a phenomenal track. Probably I say it's like probably like a fan favorite on here. During the bridge part, I think my mom was pointing out how it sounded like all the young dudes or something like that. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, all the young dudes. It had like the same like beat and like same like tune and like it was sung like the same way as that and I remember hearing it. I'm like, yeah, no, I can definitely see it. I can definitely see that was probably the inspiration behind it. But this one's a jam. This one's who says that anymore? This one slaps. I think it's definitely like one of the best tracks on the album. But yeah, poor me, poor you, can't afford that the life we choose. Big dreams, small shoes, nothing else left to lose. Oh, dude, I love singing the chorus. It's a really good chorus. The next track is Showbiz. So fun fact about this one. So this is so I've heard that this song Showbiz. This song was actually teased for those who got the VIP for the Dead to Me tour. I was not one of those lucky people, but Sora was, and they actually did tease this song on there. And I believe this was like their second single they released after Just My Type. Um, I I genuinely love this one. I think I loved listening to this a lot when the single dropped. My only my only issue is I wish it was fucking longer. Because you have your first verse, your first set of verses, you have your main chorus, rest of it's instrumental, and then the chorus again. That's it. There's no second verse, there's no bridge or anything. It's just I wish there was more to this song. This song could be like a lot more greater and could have been like a huge favorite. I still love the song either way. I would have loved this thing a lot more if it was longer. It felt so short. And I'm sad about that because I think there could have been a lot more to this. I love the meaning behind this because Showbiz, I believe, talks about how there's just the corruption behind the big like agents and like studios just like trying to sign a deal with like talented artists and stuff like that, only just for just for the sake of money and all like that. It's just like that corporate greed and all that. And I think there's also a reference to the fact that back then, like Palaye Royale, they were mentioned or like they were brought up during Disney Channel's Next Big Thing sort of shtick back when they were under Crop Circle. Long story behind that one. I'll explain it another day. But yeah, I remember like there's a lyric that actually does reference that, which I did not catch that on first until Silver pointed out. Like, oh yeah, they referenced how the fact they were on Disney at one point, and I'm like, what? So like yeah, and I believe the lyric was just a teen with a superstar dream, was a Disney freak, now they tell me what to do. Yeah, wow. Also, I hope you're not hearing that car. Again, recording this in my Jeep, so you're gonna hear like some random like noises around here. But whatever. We ball. Is that picking it up? I gotta hear. Yeah, I can see like this, like the little bar. I can hear like the bar, like hearing some sort of vibration. That's lovely. Cool. Yeah, ignore my neighbor. Fucking hell. The reason I'm recording in the Jeep because it's like my only like quiet place I got. And oh shit, I sunk to the ground for a moment. Hold up. Whoops. Oh, whoa. Oh, I'm slipping. Whip. Okay, I'm okay. All right. What just happened? Anyway, what was I on about? Oh yeah, I was talking about how Showbiz was referencing of course they're back when they were on Disney for like a brief moment in time. That was interesting. But yeah, dude, this song I love this like song's meaning about just behind like corporate greed and all that shit, and just just being under a label and just having it just be like just use over you and just like like I guess take you for granted or just abuse out of you for just content and stuff like that. I don't know. I know there's like some sort of like corporate like meaning behind the song. And I think that's like the idea behind it. Prove me wrong, but yeah, I love the song's meaning. It's a really groovy song. I just wish it was longer. That's all I could really say. But and then Mr. Devil, dude, this might be the most very Bastards core track on the album. It is very like aggressive and very like this is like the most angriest track on the album, if I'm to be fair. So it's just Mr. Devil, it's an honor to meet you. I hope you're not cringing to my singing. I'm sorry. But dude, this one's a headbanger, I gotta say. Very, very angry, very aggressive, and I love it for it. Closest we're gonna get like back to that bastard style of Palaye, because I know like with the Bastards, when I first heard it, it was like, yeah, it's a very more aggressive sort of like sounding album compared to the Fever Dream. Because I first listened to Fever Dream, then Bastards, and then here we are now. But yeah, but I like that one. It's really good. I think Addicted to the Wicked and Twisted is also like another. I think Fosse has to be another. I believe would also be another fan favorite. I really like this song. Really grew on a lot. I love how like it's a weird, bizarre song, but it's also like really good at the same time. Definitely like some weird definitely some weird lyrics on here, but you know them. These guys like to be freaky a lot. They covered Closer from Nine Inch Nails, and we all know that song. So, I'm not surprised. But yeah, Addicted to Wicked and Twisted is a very fun and bizarre song that I love so much. Self-Loathing Conversation. We got this is our very somber track of the album. I really like this one. It's definitely a song I can definitely like relate to. Of just I mean, it's in the name, self-loathing. It's just the feeling of like self-doubt, and it's like and the lyrics just like I'm tired and I can't sleep, and so it's just that feeling, just being up, just like lie awake on your bed, just having like all like the thoughts of loneliness and just dread just kicking you, and it just hits you a lot, and just kind of just sinks in on you, and I definitely like this song. It's definitely a very comforting song, just a song I definitely relate to a lot. Um, another fan favorite of mine. Uh, Been Too Long, I think is very underrated. I don't hear a lot of like talk about Been Too Long, but I love its chorus. It slaps so hard. I love everything about this song, but I just don't hear a lot of talk about it. I just wish there was like more. I wish there was more talk about it because it's a song that slaps really hard for it being like the second to last track on the album. It's a groovy track. What am I gonna say? And then we have the final track, Pretty Stranger. I think at first, like, I wasn't a fan of this song because I thought, like, we could have had a better closure track. It did not feel like a closure track at all. But as the more went on, like, the song really grew on me. I really liked how it sounded. I really like the vibes of the song. Fun fact, you can hear Toad. Toad is sampled in this song. I kid you not. Like, and during the bridge part, you can hear him going, "Here we go!" Oh god, that was all loud. I can hear. I saw the bar going in the red. Oh my gosh, but no, I remember like I didn't really hear that at first, and then after listening, I'm like, wait, is that fucking Toad? They sampled Toad in a fucking Palaye song. What the fuck? I thought that was really funny, and that's like really cool though. I liked that. But I think after a while, I thought Pretty Stranger is a pretty cool closure. I think like closure songs is like I'm very like picky about. It's just like you gotta have like feel like a song like it's like saying goodbye to its audience. Like it's like a way to like close out like it's or kind of like whatever story the album's trying to tell. And it's just like it just has like and I gotta give it like a very like nice long outro just to fade it out and just just give it like the proper like send off like it deserves to like end off the album or something like that. I don't know. I'm very weird about that. Just like you gotta find. I mean. I mean, I'm very picky with how track orders. Like, you gotta feel like which one feels like this song feels like it should be at the beginning of the album, and then which songs feel like they should belong at the end. And like, just like how you want to kick off your album, just like how you gotta come up with a song that's like that, like hooks the audience into like to go more deeper to the very end. I'm very picky about that. I think, like, in a way, like, I think some of the tracks on here could be rearranged a bit. I don't know how, but I think, like, in a way, like, I feel like some tracks feel like they would be better if, like, they were switched around a bit, and probably, like, would move the flow of the album better. But I like it as it is. But it's just a thought, because I remember I think I had the same thought with the Bastards as well. And I think there were some songs that it's just like, you know what, it should have been, like, worked better if it was, like, at a different point of the track listing instead of, like, being at where it is at the moment. But after a while, it's just like, yeah, I like Play Stranger. It's a nice closure. Probably not one of the best closures I've heard, but, like, it's a fun one. It's a decent one. Again, I don't think this is an album you're supposed to take too seriously. It's a very more um less important, serious sort of album compared to, again, Bastards and Fever Dream. But I still love it either way. Definitely another favorite of mine that came out this year. What can I say? And it's just. I think it's also been a very great year for, like, Palaye for, like, the past year as well, because, like, again, we had two, like, EPs that dropped, I think, like, near, like, the beginning of 2024 and, like, near the end of 2023, because we had Sex Tape and then Songs for Sadness. Sex Tape was, like, mostly for, like, covers and such, besides Dead to Me and what was it, Desire? Okay, yeah, it is Desire and Dead to Me. Those are the only two songs. Stripped is a Depeche Mode cover. Closer is a Nine Inch Nails cover, and then Season the Witch is a Donovan song. I have no idea who they are, but okay, yep. But yeah, I think, and then of course, Songs for Sadness is all original. It's an original EP. With like original songs. I love that. I really like that one. It's a very very more sadder, somber, and sort of like slow kind of like EP, but like I really like it a lot. I like World's End and Be Here. Definitely the ones that hit me the most. I also thought at one point, like, I kind of wish that Wednesday Afternoon was also on this album, but then again I figured it probably wouldn't, like, not suit the album. And I think it's also because of the song was dedicated to her mother, and it's like I don't think they wanted to, like, ruin the vibes of this album with that. I figured, like, it'd be, like, a nice as, like, a bonus track or like the closure. But I think after a while it's just like, yeah, no, I kind of like it as its own thing. I think it just works better that way. I think it just has to go with the thing with, like, the line. It's just like, because I thought, like, the line would probably work better as, like, a bonus track for Clancy if it got released, but, like, I doubt that would ever happen. And I think, like, again, it's just, I know Tyler said, like, again, the song's dedicated to his grandmother, so it's like I feel like it wants to be its own separate thing and just be a part of Arcane. And you know what? Fair enough. But I think that's all I gotta say about Palaye. Really really like this album a lot. Love these guys a lot. I'm happy to got to see them, like, 3 times. I cannot wait for what they do next. I don't know if it's gonna be something like this or they're gonna do something like a more serious theatrical style like Fever Dream and the Bastards. But I'm down for whatever. I love these guys a lot, and I love to talk about them more as my show goes on. All right, album 4. Oh, Jesus Christ! All right, so some of you may not known, I am very into, like, heavy metal. I love me some heavy metal stuff, and Seether is definitely a heavy metal band that I like to listen to. Everything I think at this point is yeah, these guys are like punk rock sort of shtick. This is just, like, somewhat alternative rock. This is, I think, is also, like, alternative, like, pop rock sort of shtick. Anyway, The Surface Seems So Far by Seether. Oh man. Yeah, no, I remember like hearing, like, Judas Mind playing on the radio at one point, and I'm just like, wait a minute. This is new. I haven't not heard of this before. And then I looked up, like, yeah, Seether dropped a single this year, and I'm like, oh my god, are you kidding me? How did I miss this? And I find out that, they were gonna drop an album as well, and I'm like, okay, this year just keeps on giving to me. What can I say? Yeah, so I think I discovered that, like, they dropped a new album on accident, because so far I've only listened to Civis Pacem Parabellum. That was our last record, and I love that one to death. That was like the only one I've heard, and I love that thing to death. It had Dangerous, Wasteland, Beg, bunch of good tracks on there that I really liked a lot, and I also love its deluxe edition as well. Oh man, I cannot wait to talk about that album, because I have quite the funny story about my physical copy of Parabellum, which stands for If You Want Peace, Prepare for War in Latin. Oh god, I cannot wait to talk about that and fucking go crazy on it. But yeah, Surface Scene so far. This released September 20th, 2024, if I'm correct. Well, of course I'm correct. I've written it down there, but like I think that's yeah. So I think this is like the second album I've heard from Seether. I've got to like listen to like the other stuff. No, hold on. I've listened to Disclaimer. I own Disclaimer on CD. I've listened to that like probably once. Probably need to give it a re-listen to get a better like clearer idea of it. I know that's the one with like Fine Again, so it's like that's the one I know best because Fine Again's like their most iconic, well-known songs. But but yeah, I think Seether's like one of those bands that like my mom like got me hooked to because of Dangerous, and I haven't been the same ever since. That's the thing I should mention is like some of my music tastes I have as of right now. Thank my mom, because I know like sometimes like we go on like a lot of car rides and like we'll just play stuff on the radio. Well, like, we'll just Bluetooth stuff and like listen to like songs that we're really into, and I know she'll like hook me onto stuff, and then I'll be like, it'd probably like click to me, I may or may not, and then I become a freak over it. I think Seether is definitely one of them. I think 21 Pilots I think was also one of them because I think again she got me onto Chlorine, and then the rest was history. I'm gonna be frank for you guys. I probably had to like listen to this album like a couple of times, just to like get like a better like clearer mind on it. Because I think like with this one, like I think I've just had like a bit more difficult time just like talking about this album, or just like what to like really say for this album. Because I think it's just like as time like kind of like went on, I guess like it started like my love for this album started to like grow away for a bit, but like there's some really good tracks on here, but then some it's just like they're good, but like I'm not too crazy over it. But I will say like I think some of my favorite tracks has to be like Judas Mine, Illusion, yeah, hell, Walls Come Down, Try to Heal. Try to Heal was like probably like my favorite. Like that was like I love the intense breakdown on that. It was like really good. Lost All Control, Then the Vine, Regret, some lovely tracks. Judas Mine might be one of my favorite openers of all time. What a way to kick off the album. It's just goes so hard as the song goes on. And I've planned to I want to do like an actual like fan-made lyric video for it. And I have my friend Anchor Chris helping me out with the art. And I want to get back into that. I know I put that on the back burner a bit, but I definitely want to get that done because I want to go crazy with the I want to go crazy with the visuals because I know the vocals goes crazy with Sean. Sean goes like nuts over the chorus because especially like in the second chorus, um when the chorus like extends a bit, and when he shouts out like shut your eyes, Judas Mine, and like take your time like that, dude, it's so good. The song is fire. What a way to kick off the album. It's awesome. It's probably one of my favorites, and I've listened to this song like nonstop out of every one of the albums because I know this released as a single. But yeah, dude, this song slaps. Regret might be one of my favorite closures. I love like it's definitely like a song I can definitely like relate to. Just the just dealing with like your regret and I mean it's in the name of the song, of course, but I love how like slow and like I guess somber it sounds just to like close off the album, of knowing how like aggressive and like angst that one gets. It feels like that feeling of like like just aftermath, and just like that feeling like just acceptance of like like going through the 5 stages of grief in a way, I guess you can say. But but yeah, man, dude. I love the chorus. Like, so don't make me come home yet. Let me sleep in my regret. I've seen the ways that love can pass for hate. Yeah, definitely and then they just a me thing, just like because I'm just why like don't make me come home yet, and just let me just be alone with my thoughts, and just regret the actions I've done, because I feel that a lot. And I also love the breakdown, which is the I'm sick of the pain, I'm sick of the pain. Oh, dude, I love like the guitar riff as it goes on, and like the ah, I love this closure, man. It's probably like probably like my new favorite off the record. I'd normally like to go more depth into like these tracks than compared to like all the other ones I did, but it's just like I think this has probably been in my opinion my least favorite of the top 6 here. I think it's just that in that moment, it's just like, fuck, wait, I don't know what to really like say about these albums, like, or at least say about this album, because it's like I feel like because I want to get this out sooner. I re-listened to all the albums, of course, but I think like, during that time, so like I kind of feel like some of them just kind of a bit of a blur to me. So it's like shit, I don't know what to really say. So I had to like re-listen to this one again, and but those are some of my favorite tracks on there, and everything else is like I liked. It just didn't like click with me as much. I think Paint the World's also a really sick one. I think I've said that already, but yeah. But I thought Same Mistakes where I like started off really weird, like it just jumps right into the lyrics, and I just thought it was just, and it's like it doesn't like go heavy or anything like that. I'm just like, okay, this is a weird sounding track, but it got better as it went on. Uh, Beneath the Veil and Semblance of Me, definitely were like some decent tracks, but like I mean, I'm not too crazy for them, but overall, I do enjoy this album. I'm just probably wasn't as crazy for it as like the other albums that like I talked about already, but I'm so happy this came out. You know, it's always good to see new content from Seether. I need to listen to their stuff more, and of course, that some like probably one of my favorite like heavy bands at the moment. Actually, speaking of which, I actually found out during like a Sirius XM, they covered Jumpsuit by 21 Pilots, which I was not expecting, and I thought that was like really like I thought that was like really interesting and like a really like a unique song to cover of all things. Like it's like my two favorite bands like come together for like a cover, or at least one band's like covering my favorite, and I find that really like cool. I don't know why, but like fucking reball. It'd be cool if like Tyler and Josh didn't know about that. I'd love to like know if they knew about that or not, but I doubt. I don't know. But yeah, Surface Team so far is definitely a headbanger. Definitely it rocks. But yeah, I think for me it's probably like the weakest out of the six that I've witnessed this year. But I still like it a lot. Yeah, anyway, I think I'm done with Seether. I think it's time to move on to album 5. That being Moon Music by Coldplay. This was released October 4th of 2024. And it is their 10th album, I believe, and this is volume 2 of a trilogy of Music of the Spheres. That yeah. This is volume 2 of Music of the Spheres. Because that's the era that we're in right now for Coldplay, is that they are doing of course, they're doing like a concept album trilogy called Music of the Spheres, which volume 1 is called From Earth with Love, I believe, and then this one is called Moon Music. And honestly, I like this one a lot better than the first volume. When the first volume came out, like I was like super crazy about it. I loved it. I loved it. I was joining it a lot. But I think as time went on, like my honeymoon phase for it kind of like faded away, because I know like another friend of mine who likes Coldplay were like a bit more critical on it. And I think after a while I was just like, okay, yeah, I can kind of see its flaws. It's not as great as I thought it is. I like some tracks on there. Closure is a phenomenal closure. Definitely would not change my mind about that. But and then Higher Power I liked. People That Applied I did like. My Universe was was there. It was good. I mean BTS were there. I mean it's a good song, but like it definitely overstayed its welcome a bit, because the how hyped it was. But yeah, I like Humankind. I thought that was an easy one. I like Human Heart, because I liked how it felt like it reminded me of Midnight from Ghost Stories. Oh my god! Wow, my brain fried for a second. I was like, wait, what's the name of the album? Ghost Stories. Oh my god, guys, kill me. But no, yeah. I think I like this one a lot better, because it definitely was not like super like weird or like or not experimental or like bizarre. Because I was thinking of Beautiful, and I'm like, what the fuck was that song? What was that song? Why do they make it like that? If you heard it, you'd know. But yeah. Enough about that. We're here to talk about Moon Music. I really liked the opening to Moon Music on here, because like they got John Hopkins back, which if you remember him, he did like he helped out with during the Viva La Vida era. And so like he composed like the first half of the song, and I thought that was like really cool, and I'm like happy to like see him back. And I love like the little like opening song like this song has when Chris starts to sing. It's very sweet, and then it transitions to the first single. It feels like I'm falling in love, which I'm gonna be real. When I heard that song, like I liked it, but I didn't think I was like super crazy about it. Like, cause I think it's just like at that time, it's just like I kind of like phased out of Coldplay for a bit. Like if this came out like I feel like a few years ago, back when like music of the Spheres like around, then I probably would like be like super like hyper fixating on this. But like I think as of now, like there's so many like artists that like I found more like attachment to. So like I don't like feel like as crazy as Coldplay for anymore. But no, I still like them. But it's just I won't say like I don't make them like my entire life as I used to like anymore now. But no, as I went but it feels like I'm falling in love is such a really sweet song. It's a really nice song. Kind of reminds me of some of like your older stuff. I'm trying to like think like what era it reminded me of the most. I don't know. I can't really describe it. Like it reminded me of like some of the certain eras, like maybe like so I remember like a mix of like maybe like Viva Vita or like it's like Viva Vita or like Head Full of Dreams. It kind of reminded me of like a mixture of both. A little bit of like ghost stories as well. No, actually no. It kind of actually nah. The way I see it, nah. I'm thinking nah. I kind of think it feels fits Milo's Toes. I don't know. One of my friends said it reminded me of a certain era, one of their previous eras, and I'm like, yeah, I can kind of hear it. I felt like it was kind of like a nice way back swing things like that normal some of the older style Coldplay that I know most folks would love, which I get. Though we pray though. I was actually really like crazy about the song. I loved. Yeah, it's definitely a bit different tone too than compared to Feels Like I'm Falling in Love for it being the second single. But like I loved this song to death, bro. I kid you not. I loved grooving to this song a lot. I love how I loved like the catchy upbeat rap vibes this kind of song has. Kid you not. I thought I liked it. I really liked it, and if you have a problem with it, I get it, but like I don't know. I guess it's just really easy to please. So it's like I don't know. I just felt more groovy with this song than the other one. It just kind of just slapped with me. What can I say? Um, Actually, I do own like the 12-inch single that this thing has because there's like so many. There's like it's like a couple different variants of the song with like a different artist doing the second verse, and it's actually very cool. I'm surprised how many variants the song has because it definitely has like a bunch of like different artists on it because like I believe it features let me check again. Let me check uh Little Sims, Burna Boy, Iana, Eliana, and Teeny. Those are all the people that are part of it. And then we have I You're a Star for Good Feelings. But yeah, but Replay is just really upbeat and I love it. It's very groovy. What can I say? Um, Jupiter, I think definitely like I really like Jupiter because like Jupiter, I don't listen to it much, but like I like how it definitely does feel like classic Coldplay with that acoustic feel. Definitely like in the Parachutes era because I think it's like because Parachutes like mostly like an acoustic album in a way, but it definitely has like that old like classic vibe to it that most people know and love, and yeah, it definitely like slaps. I'm not too big on Jupiter. It's there, but I think it's a really sweet song. Uh, but Good Feelings still I think might be one of my favorite tracks. Man, I love groovy upbeat pop music. I don't know. What can I say? And then we have okay, so this is an interesting one. So there's a track. So the next track on here is just the rainbow emoji. I believe this thing has a name, if I'm correct. It's a weird ass name, but there's a little bit of like a fun fact about this, which I wish I can go more deep into. But then again, like we'll have to talk about that. I have to say that for another day. But I believe the song is called. I believe it's called. Well, Alien Hits or Alien Radio. That's what Wikipedia calls it. But it was like something like it was like Angel Song something whatever. I don't know. There was a different name for it. I'm trying to like figure it out, but you know what? We just call it the Alien Hits or whatever. But basically, that thing was kind of a bit of like a teaser of some of the bonus tracks that would be featured on the Full Moon edition. Which I think was released like a few day or two after this album dropped. And there's actually like some new songs on there that was like sampled and put into this like instrumental track. I'll talk about the full Moon edition at a later date because I'm just focused on the main album right now. But like, dude, I can't wait to talk about it. It's so good. I've heard like a couple of the bonus tracks, but like it also has like some other bonus content on there that I'd love to get to later down the line. But oh yeah, I Am a Mountain, or as it's labeled as IAAM for some reason. I Am a Mountain. I remember hearing this tease for like what, a FIFA game, and I'm like, oh, I am stoked for this one. I was like really stoked to hear this one because I really like. I feel like some of these tracks I think that's how I felt with like Mean Music and this one. Like it has like a homage to like some of the previous eras of Coldplay, like in one album, and I really like that a lot. And I think like it just works because I think with I Am a Mountain, definitely has like a bit of a. I think that one has a bit of like mid-board feel of like X and Y and a bit of Viva La Vida's um style to it, especially based on like the instrumental and like the instruments that was used in it. And like it definitely like if for classic, it sounds definitely down also just still like some of their like modern stuff as well. But it's probably one of my favorite tracks on here. I need to listen to this. I need to listen to this album a lot more. But like I definitely do like enjoy it because like I mean this one was like more easy to get through than Surface Team so far. No offense, but yeah, no. I'm a Mountain one. I Am a Mountain. Very very phenomenal song. I get a kick out of it every time I hear it. It's very very it's a very fun and lovely song. And then we have Eterna, or whatever that one's called. This one, I weirdly love. It's very like very like kind of like dance club sort of like music kind of vibe. I really like it. I kind of dig it. It's an odd track, but it also kind of just sounds like one of those. It sounds like a song like you would hear and like one of those like early like Windows videos, or just like, and they're using like a notepad where it's like, hey guys, today I'm gonna show you how to do so and so, and you just like hear like this pop music playing over it and all that jazz. And I just kind of find that a little bit. I find that funny to like think it like it has that vibe. That's what I'm comparing it to. But like, I feel like if you heard it, like, you probably would think the same thing, right? It's not just me, right? I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean anything wrong with that. It's just kind of like something like Chris, I was just thinking about when I kept hearing the song. Oh, dude, All My Love, dude, this. Okay, now this one is definitely classic Coldplay vibes. All My Love, such a phenomenal song, man. I love. Okay, this song has like two certain music videos. There's one which like with Dick Van Dyke, which I don't think I've seen, but like it kind of just it does. It's a music video dedicated to him and reminiscing like his history as an actor. But I really like the original one with the just labeled as a lyric video with so um I think with around this song Chris was portraying himself as a character named Nigel. I believe he also was like on the Jimmy Fallon show as well. He's a character named Nigel, and he's just like this I guess he's just like this calm sort of like guy, and he just goes around with like balloons and such. I don't know. I don't know the title of this character is, but he just seems like this shy, casual sort of like standard guy. He's just just likes balloons and such. I guess he likes just going around just like singing and stuff like that. Because I think like I remember people like were saying like people spotted Chris dressed up, I guess drunk singing to All My Love, and of course that became like what they were filming, because you do see him do that in the lyric video, and I really like that. I like how he's portraying himself as a character. I like there was like a bit of a story to it. I really like that. I love to see like Chris go more with like this Nigel character. I love to see like more of it. It's a very fun concept. But yeah, but no, yeah, All My Love is a really lovely song, and I love it a lot more as time went on, because I did get like the 7-inch single, the vinyl that they release that comes with the Karate Kid, which is one of the bonus tracks off of of the Full Moon edition, which in my opinion should have been Man in the Moon. Man in the Moon was better. That song was something else. Oh man. but But no, yeah, I love All My Love because it definitely has like that summer vibe of like parachutes and like Rush Your Blood to the Head sort of vibe, like the slow piano and like that orchestra vibe at the end and the acoustic like feel it has. It's just classic Coldplay, man, and I love it so much. It's a very sweet, beautiful song, and I adore it a lot more than I did now. It's awesome. Um, and I think One World, uh, this is just a closure track. It's nothing too exciting because it's just just the word One World played over and over in just a couple of songs, but it's like the slow piano kind of like beauty orchestral like closure way it just like plays out, and that's all it is. That's it is for just for the most part. And it's a nice sweet way to like close out the album, but it's no color whatever the closure track to Volume One. That's what I'm talking about. That is a masterwork of a closure album. That for a 10-minute song, that is chef's kiss. Like I don't know how they can like top that, especially for the in the first volume. Like I know there's gonna be a Volume 3, and then there's gonna be the quote unquote final album, because it's called Coldplay. I'm very curious of like how are they gonna close out this whole trilogy? How are they gonna end how are they gonna end Volume 3 whenever that comes out a few years from now? I'd be very curious how you're gonna top Color Tour. I'd be very curious how that's gonna pull off. But I wait to see what happens. But other than that, yeah, Moon music I really do get a kick did get a kick out of. I like so many like variants of this of on CD. You have no idea. But but yeah, dude, this is a very nice album. I'm really like just happy to I'm really happy for what it is. I really like it a lot. I definitely like it a lot better than Music of the Spears, Volume 1. And I was just it's a good year to be a Coldplay fan and just finally just enjoying them again and knowing how much they mean a lot to me. Because I've been listening to some of their live albums is and it's really sick. I also got I got their live 2023 CD that comes with the concert film as well. It's really cool. I really liked it. I sort of have a grown love to like listening to like live albums as like sort of like I guess white noise in a way. I think it just helps just pass the time as well. But yeah, man. Yeah, Moon Music's really sweet of an album, and I really digged it. Goes along with all the other bunch of bangers that came out this year. So yeah. Now, originally, this would have been it for me. This would have been like the last thing I would be expecting out of 2024 that year. But surprisingly, another album really piqued my interest. And of course, was a new artist that also really piqued my interest. I mean, you know and love them for a very long time, and I don't think a lot of us were expecting them to make a big comeback this year. Especially not me, because I mean I was aware of the news and all that. But somehow I was aware of the news thanks to someone in the Triphilis editing group pointed it out, and then it caught my attention. And of course, I heard the singles they dropped, and I was really impressed by them. And of course, came along with a new album, which I didn't think I was actually going to sit down and listen to, but the night it dropped, I did it out of curiosity, and wow. Yeah, no, I actually did really enjoy that album. And that album was none other than From Zero from Linkin Park. Yep, I'm into Linkin Park now. Surprisingly, I was not into it sooner, but yeah, here we are. Finally took this album to finally pique my interest in a way. But yeah, no, I actually really like this album a lot more than I actually expected, because I did hear Emptiness Machine, I did hear Heavy as a Crown. Those were like the two biggest singles that dropped around that time before the album. And I was actually like really invested in it. Like But I didn't actually think like I'd listen to the whole thing because like again, I wasn't too big on Linkin Park. But when I heard it, it's just okay. Yeah, these are pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm sure this is my peak fans. But no, yeah, this actually did. I was dragged, and I wouldn't say dragged. I actually did get hooked onto this. Yeah, I'm really happy about that because this album, in my opinion, was a really, really, really okay, that's a lot of reallys, but no, this was like a really good actual comeback for Linkin Park because I'm sure as a lot of y'all know, Chester Bennington, who was one of the lead singers of Linkin Park, did like pass away a very few years ago. So I didn't think a lot of us were expecting them to ever do anything like that again. But of course, we got like some new stuff from like their archives, like the Meteora 20th anniversary edition. We got Lost and Finding Myself, and then of course Friendly Fire, which I believe what I heard was from the One More Light sessions. That was a new track for their compilation album Paper Cuts, and also I think there was also QWERTY as well. I think I heard that was also a new track originally for that compilation album. I could be wrong, but yeah. And then all of a sudden we got this, and like actually like new content, not like something like they found from their archives and all that. No, this is like actually like new content after a long time. So with that, yeah, no, I was not expecting this. Or I was expecting them to like make new stuff again. And of course, I think to fill in for the role to be Mike's singing partner, which is of course the other vocalist of Linkin Park, was none other than Emily Armstrong. I don't think I'm aware of much of Emily before this. But if I looked up, I looked up a bit of like info on her. I believe she was also in another band before from Zero, and I believe let me look that up real quick. Okay, yeah. Co-founder of Dead Sarah. I have not heard of these guys at the moment, or at least I've not listened to their stuff before, but no, yeah, I remember like she was also part of another band before being part of Linkin Park now. But yeah, I think she's a nice addition to Linkin Park. I think in a way it's like, from the way I see it, I think with the recent stuff like Linkin Park released, like Lost, Finding Myself, and of course Friendly Fire. I think because Friendly Fire, I believe, was like the closure to the compilation album. I think in my opinion, I think Friendly Fire is a nice, perfect way to close Chester's chapter of Linkin Park for them to start a new one that would take Emily being the quote unquote main character, I would say. Like this is like a new chapter for Linkin Park, like a new generation, a new era, just new legacy in general. Like I don't think this is a way of saying like, oh, she's replacing Chester, or like filling the void. It's just, I think like Paper Cuts is a way of closing that just closing that chapter of Chester and Mike's legacy, for it to be for them to start a new chapter from the ground up, for Emily to take the center stage along with Mike. I think that's the best way I could like entirely put it in a metaphoric sort of way. And I really liked it. I've listened to like I think the first 3 albums of Linkin Park, which of course is Hybrid Theory, Meteora, and Minutes to Midnight. Those are the only 3 I've listened to besides From Zero. The other ones I've yet to listen to, but those 3 so far I really digged a lot. And of course, From Zero was my introduction to, of course, the band. And of course, I'm sure like everyone has heard like their biggest hits, Crawling, Numb. I mean, the most iconic and ones that you would hear like in a lot of memes, like of course, Crawling and Numb. And I'm sure there's about to be some other ones I'm trying to think of off the top of my head. Oh yeah, In the End. How could I forget In the End and Faint? Just to name a few iconic ones. Those tracks are the most iconic ones to date. And just, memorable and remarkable. Even if you never like listened to them entirely, like you've definitely like heard them a couple of times in your life. Like you can't avoid it. I don't know how you can, but yeah. But enough of the history. Let's talk about the actual albums. I want to do a bit of like a rundown, real brief review of every song on here, because I probably have a bit to say. But yeah. So I guess let's talk about the intro for a bit. It's definitely just like a bit of a choir. It's just like a bit of like a choir snippet of like I think like from the you can actually hear this in the acapella version of Empty Machine, but like there's a bit of like a choir going on that's in the tune of Empty Machine going I thought like it was gonna continue and like lead into it, like but no, it's just you just hear like a bit of like an audio snippet of like Emily and Mike talking. Oh, just mostly Emily, and she's like from zero. What does that mean? Like from nothing? And then before she can finish what she was saying, like, oh right, oh your original name, or like, oh your first name of the band, like it cuts off, and I'm like, what the fuck was that intro? Okay, that's a like weird. I thought it was like odd, but like also kind of funny at the same time. And then we cut to, of course, Empty This Machine, which was their first single that dropped. I believe the night of they did like this concert thing to announce they were doing a new album, and of course introduce Emily. And I remember like I didn't see it when it first live, but like again, someone like mentioned it in shapes of I believe it was Group Videos. I was like, hey, Linkin Park just released like a new live stream concert featuring Emily, and they're dropping a new album. I'm like, ain't no freaking way. They're making a comeback. I didn't think they would do anything after Chester's passing, but like, hey, they were able to pull it off. I can't complain. And of course, yeah, Empty This Machine released alongside that, which is pretty cool. And yeah, definitely a grand return for Linkin Park. Definitely a grand return for them. And of course, Emily was just phenomenal in that song. It was just perfect. It's just what a great way to like kick off like the new era, the new chapter, and everything. Just it was phenomenal. It kicks ass. Definitely just hits as hard as their older work. It's just oh yeah, we are so fucking back. What can I say? But yeah, Empty This Machine definitely slapped. I love the shit out of that song. It was fire, and I think a great way to kick ass. No, kick off the new records era and all that. But yeah, also it does kick ass. Cut the Bridge also does slap. Probably didn't like click with me a lot as when it first came, but honestly, like it definitely became like a really catchy song like as it went on. It's definitely catchy, probably not as like memorable, but I think it's definitely like an underrated song. It definitely goes. It slaps. What can I say? And then of course we have Heavy as the Crown, which was like their another hit single. Fucking phenomenal, by the way. This is I don't know what to say. Like compared to Empty Machine and Heavy the Crown, they're both really good. Like they're both evenly matched. But damn, man, Heavy's the Crown's so good. Dude, just Mike's rapping, the Emily's chorus, and then the breakdown. We gotta talk about the breakdown. The fact that it's just giving up vibes all over again. How you know how like what was it like Chester was over to hold like a scream in that and giving up for like I believe like 20 seconds or so. It was such iconic. It was so cool. It was just like it was mind blowing. Just like damn bars. And then Emily was able to do that again, like close around that same length. Was okay. I like how this album does have some sort of reminiscence of all the previous eras of Linkin Park before this. I probably can't name all of them or like catch which ones are which because again I haven't listened to every album at this point besides the first three, but like dude, I love the homages. Like I feel like with each song on here it feels like some sort of homage to what I can tell. Like there has to be. It feels like some sort of like anniversary sort of shtick or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, that's awesome and I love the breakdown. The breakdown kicks ass. Emily like killed it with that. This is what you asked for. My voice is cringing when I try to mimic it and not like actually sing it. I can sing, like, you guys seen, like, the Silence cover. Or at least I tried with that. I hope you guys did like it, I don't know. I thought it was alright. Probably wasn't the best, like, recording quality, but nah. I didn't care for it perfection, I just wanted to get something out there. Or, just do something out of self-indulgent, in a way. That's the way I can just describe it. But yeah, Heavy as a Crown, phenomenal. I know this song was actually used for, I think, for, like, the League of Legends, like, a League of Legends, like, championship sort of shtick. That was kind of like it debuted for because I know there was like an animated lyric video for it. So there's that. I know Heavy as the Crown got like an orchestral intro track
for Arcane Season 2, which I actually really did like. I like how, like, it just, like, I feel like if anything, this song could have, like, that song could have worked as, like, the intro for this album. I would have been fine with that. But it's just, like, this orchestral build-up with, like, the chorus, and it's just, oh, it just kicks ass. It's, I love that. I just want to point that out. I know it's a bit short and simple. I wish there was, like, more to it, but, like, it feels like an intro track to the soundtrack of Arcane, and I really dig that for what it is. I think it was really cool. But, yeah, Heavy as the Crown, phenomenal track. What can I say? I believe Over Each Other was like, I think their third single they released, right? I didn't hear that like right before the album release. I didn't listen to it when it dropped because I didn't get a chance to. But I also figured like maybe it's just best I waited till the album did release. I didn't want to swear myself. I just figured I'd wait for it. And no, it's a really sweet song. It's a really nice, somber, sweet song, and I really like it a lot. It's mostly Emily. No Mike nowhere in that song. So it's definitely nice that we can get a song that's like entirely Emily focused, and she can just take center stage and just she does it so well. Like it works so well for her that it's just really nice to have have the main focus under like the Linkin Park label and not Dead Sarah, because I would assume like for Dead Sarah it's mostly just her. I don't know if there's another vocalist along with it. Might need to listen to them at some point. But yeah, this is a really sweet song, and I digged it a lot. And it's just very nice, we got a song just Emily focused, just let her take the whole thing, just to like give everyone that welcoming vibe of like, oh yeah, Emily can do a song on her own. We don't need Mike all the time. But yeah, because I know like there's times like it can either sometimes mostly be Mike, and most of the times it's just Chester on his own, which that's a common thing. But yeah, Casualty, I liked. It's growing on me, but like when I first heard it, I was a little bit iffy on it because I'm like, I like how it's trying to like sound aggressive. It's like that angst vibe to it, but like I think the instrumental, the melody could have gone like a bit more aggressive and harder. There's like I guess there's just more of a scream. There's like more screaming vocals to it. The more that there is to the actual like a melody instrumental sort of stick to it. So it definitely just sounds a bit weak. I feel like there was like a bit more oomph to it, if you know what I mean. That's what I'm saying. I do like Casualty. I don't hate it, but like it could have been better. That's probably my only nitpick with this album. Just one of the probably just the only nitpick I have for it. Overflow is definitely an interesting track. It doesn't go as like. It doesn't have like that, of course, no heavy new metal vibe as all the other songs up before this. Well, I mean, okay, well, not Over Each Other. Over Each Other is a very new metal. It's a very somber, like just but rock sort of song. It doesn't go too hard. But Overflow has a very atmospheric vibe that I really do like. I think it reminds me a bit of 1,000 Suns because I heard a little bit of 1,000 Suns and how it has a bit more atmospheric sort of like vibe to its music instead of just being like that aggressive new metal vibe that the previous three had. And I definitely digged Overflow. I'm not too crazy on it, but like I definitely like this one. Two Face might have been like a new favorite off the album because Two Face, oh god, it's definitely just a neck and neck with Heavy's the Crown and Empty's Machine of just like which one slaps the hardest. But Two Face. Two-Face was a surprise to me and really wowed me. And I love how everyone compared it to like, oh yeah, this is just one step closer, like 2.0. And I'm like, really? So I had to like listen to One Step Closer and I'm like, okay, yeah, I see the idea. I see the resemblance. Especially with that breakdown and the melody and all that. It definitely just sounds like One Step Closer, Emily's version. With a bit of mostly with Mike added into the mix, because I don't think Mike sung a lot in One Step Closer. But yeah, no, this is just that. I think a lot of people saying it also remind them of a Figure 9 as well, and I can also kind of see that because I know people are making mashups with it. But no, yeah, that breakdown definitely mirrored One Step Closer with the "Stop yelling at me!" and of course Chester's "Shut up when I'm talking to you." That was so bad. Oh my god. But no, yeah. Oh, dude, I love those. Though it kicked so ass. It was. This is a headbanger. Probably one of my favorites. like my, but Stain might be my personal favorite because I love listening to this song a lot. Um, I have this song posted a lot on loop. I love the vibes of this song. It has a bit more. It has a bit of that similar atmospheric vibe to it, like Overflow, but it also does still goes a bit hard. I love Emery's chorus. It just, mm, it just, heavenly. I'm sending. It's so good. Probably like my personal favorite. I can't stop listening to it, and I can't help but like sing along and groove to it, and just groove to it, headbang and all that jazz. It's a phenomenal track, and I love it. I give you everything I have, or as it's labeled, IGYEIH. Sorry, I gapped there for a moment. Yeah, it's just the initials or something like that. Weird vibe, but of course I'm announcing by Coldplay at that same vibe as well. Um, I think this is definitely what I wanted out of Casualty, where it has that it's just like that aggressive tone to it, like Emily screaming, and of course just a more aggressive oomph sort of like melody instrumental to it. It just needed more heaviness on the guitar and like drums and all that shit. Just go hard, just go crazy with it. That's exactly what I really wanted out of Casualty, and I gave you everything I had. Gave me pretty much close to exactly what I wanted, and it's definitely goes hard. That's the vibe I was just looking for out of Casualty, and it was just perfect. Just exactly what I needed. Now the final track, "Good Things Go." It's another somber. Oh, whoops! I was trying to like wipe something off my Steam Deck, and I guess I accidentally moved my thing. Whoops, my bad. But "Good Things Go." Another slow track on here, a very somber one. And I think there's a very bittersweet way how it closes out, because I think in a way, it definitely just a feels like a love letter and thank you, not only just for the fans but to Chester as well. And just that feeling of just how everyone, like, I think in the way, like, this thing by the name "Good Things Go," I think it's just a way of just letting go of just like grudges and just grief and all that you kept holding back for so long, and just all that guilt and stuff, such that's just been like hovering over you on your shoulders for so much, and you can just finally just take a deep breath, finally like accept yourself and just accept what the things are, and just let go for it. And of course, I feel like in a way, just like I think it just has. I think, for example, like Chester's passing. I know like it hurted the band, especially Mike, and all the fans and everyone that grew up with Linkin Park, and just having that feeling that like they're not coming back. I mean, once someone is dead, like they're gone, unless reincarnation does exist, which I mean, it'd be nice if it does. But it's just yeah, just I think it's just like with a legacy that just left behind, just like you'd do anything just to see it come back. You'd do anything just to relive that moment, or just have him back in general. But just how his real life works, it's not that easy. It's not that possible. And I'm sorry to say how this is just the way good things go. Sorry, that was a bad pun. I don't think I was trying to pun, but like I guess, but yeah, but it's just you remember the good times, but you gotta let them go. I think that's just the idea of the name of the song, and just the idea of like the song was trying to tell, and just just the grudges and just anything like that, or anything that works in this, like in general, just the feeling of just letting go of something. And I love like the final chorus as well, because I think that's definitely when it just feels like a thank you and a farewell to, I think in a way, just like to Chester, because let me read them off then. So like say I hate you when I don't, push you when you get too close, and it's hard to laugh when I'm a joke, but I can't do this on my, and I'm just supposed to say on my own, but then it cuts to only you can save me from my lack of self-control. And then that's when it said sometimes bad things take the place where good things go. But then there was two extra added lines at the end. It's like, and I won't make excuses for the pain that causes both. So thank you for always standing by me, even though sometimes bad things take the place where good things go. Wow. That kind of just hits hard, because I think in a way, just like, so thank you for always standing by me, even though. I think that's just a way of just like, I think Mike and Emily just thanking. Also like the fans and Chester for like always just this being part of their lives. Mostly Mike's, of course. And then, even though sometimes bad thing takes the place where good things go, and then Chester, passing, and then it's just that feeling where, okay, we're in a we're in a bad state. We've been in a bad state for a long while, but for a time being, you got it's time to learn to let go and move on and accept the way it is, and just live your life for it. I think that's the best way I can really describe this song. You can prove me wrong if you want. I think that's just the way I see it. And I think that's a perfect way to close out from Zero, as a way of just saying, I think it's time we need to let go and move on. Not in a negative way, but I feel like if Chester were around, I feel like he would still want us to, Chester would probably want us to, still continue enjoying this band and let them, do something new and continue the legacy without him. I'm sure he'd probably be proud of where they're at now. Probably looking down on them and looking down on us, just enjoying what it is, just the way things is, and just make the most out of it. Gosh, now I'm just thinking about Patrick and Chris for a moment. I miss those guys a lot. But I'm not gonna let that get to me. But I think that's the best way I can describe good things go, and I think that's a really great way to close off the album, and just a way of just letting the past go and moving forward for the future, because I'm hoping that we get more Linkin Park out of this with Emily on board. I'd love to see more of this. I'd love to see where they go from here, and I wish them all the best. I hope this isn't just gonna be a one-off thing. I hope this we get there's more to this chapter with Emily along with the ride. And if that is the case, I good for them. I'm good. I'm happy about that. I'd love to see them do more. But if it's just a one-off thing and they go their separate ways, well, just enjoy the moment while it lasts. While the From Zero era is still active and all that. So yeah. Also, a weird thing. Also another thing I want to point out. The choir also kicks back up again on here from the beginning, and it loops back into it also just loops back to the beginning of the album. And I thought that was actually really clever. I thought it was an odd choice, but and then when you hear a loop, it's oh, it's it's starting over again. It's like a loop. You once you reach the end, you just start back from zero. That's really cool, and I like that. I like that they did that. Oh, actually, you know what? Little nitpick. I love Two-Face, but one thing I want to talk about in the lyric, especially in the chorus. Hold on, where is it? Two-Face, caught in the middle, too late, counting to zero. They should have said counting from zero. That was a missed opportunity to reference the album's name in a song, because I like it when bands do that. Even though there's not even a title track. If you just name drop the album in the album's name in a song, I like that. I like when artists do that. I can have a couple, but not in the moment. But that would have been a really cool. That would have been that was a missed opportunity. That's all I'm trying to say. You should have went too late, counting from zero. Instead of counting to zero, because I love the song as it is, but that's just my one nitpick. It's just you had a shot to name drop the album in a song and you didn't do it. Come on, that would have been a really cool idea, but whatever, I guess. But I'm so happy for what this is. But yeah, I think in a way that wraps up all I have to say about the albums. Actually, before I do end off the episode, I did want to do a bit of a short ranking. I want to do a ranking of every album so far, and just how to least from least to best in a way for me, just based on how much I really like them. So I thought I'd do that real quick, and then we'd end this episode and finally just get on with my life, and I can just focus on doing more of this stuff for future episodes and stuff like that. I think at number 6, I'm gonna have to give it to the Surface Name So Far. I really do like this album, but I feel as time went on, I think it grew off on me a little bit. I still enjoy this album, but it's just I don't think I'm probably gonna listen to this on a very often basis. Because it's just, I mean, it's just a bunch of other albums just like I've just been invested to right now, and I think I'm not like entirely super like crazy invested in like metal stuff as I used to anymore. But like, I mean, I still like metal, and I'm super hyped for fixated on like Spirit Box at the moment. But like, I think with Seether, with this, it's like there's definitely some good tracks, but then some's just, eh, they're good. It's just I'm not entirely too big on them. So this probably is the one I'm just gonna like I've listened to the most, or I'm probably not gonna listen to every so often. But I still like this album. Um, Number 5, I have to give it to Mune Music because, well, I think it has to be the same stick with for Surface Team so far because as much as I did enjoy this album and much as I praised it a bit, I wasn't I've not listened to this album like constantly, and I don't expect myself to do so very so often. I think it's like I said before, it's like I've like phased out of Coldplay like a lot, so like I'm not like super like hyper fixated like I'm not making this my entire life at the moment, or at least like I used to back then to like listen to it nonstop repeatedly, and and again, just like the previous one and this, just like I don't hate it, and of course I like every album on here. Don't get me wrong, and I don't mean that I don't mean to like I don't. This show is meant to spread positivity of love of my albums, is not to hate on it. Unless for a rage occasion there was an album that I really loathe, then okay, yeah, I'm going to riff on it with no mercy whatsoever. But yeah, Mew Music at number 5 for me. Uh, number 4, From Zero by Linkin Park. Um, I definitely love this album, but like I'm not entirely too like hyperfixated on Linkin Park at the moment to like listen to them nonstop. But like I can't tell you, like I've listened to this album like many times. It's a very short album. It's like 30 minutes long for what it is. Like it goes by like really quickly, and I never get tired of listening to this album. So like, but at number 4, like definitely I enjoy listening to this album a lot. But I think the top 3 is like really, really invested in me and got like wasn't like nonstop repeating a lot, and of course just like I was like so like meant a lot to me personally. But yeah, um, but yeah, no, yeah, Linkin Park at number 4. Love this album a lot. I would not change it for what it is. And now, for number 3, for number 3, Death or Glory by Palaye Royale. Death or Glory by number 3. Death or Glory. Death or Glory by Palaye Royale at number 3. Oh, good God, I can't speak today. What is going on? But yeah, Palaye Royale number 3. I've been listening to this album like a lot as of lately. It's become a hyperfixation. It's probably because I've been on that Palaye hype train with all the concerts and stuff happening. So they've definitely like been like on my radar a lot, and it's definitely they've been on a hyperfixation of mine as of lately because the concerts and stuff. And I'm repeating myself. God, I'm so autistic. But no, yeah, Death or Ghoulie, as the album, as the more I kept listening to it, like it just really started growing on me, and I just really started enjoying this album a lot. It's a very groovy, fun album. I never get tired of it one bit. Now, here's the crazy thing: The Haunted House by Abandoned Pools at number 2. I knew because here's the thing. When this first album dropped, I immediately thought, yeah, album of the year. I don't think anything else could top this because, again, this was my most highly anticipated like album in like years. I waited for this thing to come out. I waited for album 5, Abandoned Pools, for so long. And at times, yeah, dude, this album meant everything to me. Like, this is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I've always been dying for. And of course, for as short as it is, it really just made me like feel alive and like happy and everything. It just gave me all that comfort feeling I enjoyed so much out of Sublime Currency. And yeah, no, I just figured like, oh yeah, I don't think anything would top the emotional damage that this album and Ben Pools has done to me my whole life. But surprisingly, one band may have actually dethroned Abandoned Pools as like my comfort band. Not to say it is my number 1 favorite album of all time, but I think my number 1 favorite album of 2024 had to be Clancy. I really was kind of like just being self-indulgent, thinking like, oh yeah, Abandoned Pools number 1, nothing could like top that, but like, no. Abandoned 21 Pilots won my heart. I think because of the lore and stories that Tyler tells with his albums. I think like I can't help but like personally relate to it and like feel sort of attachment to it and like compare it to my life in a way that I can't help but feel like Clancy in a way. And I feel like as time went on, I've just become more obsessed with 21 Pilots. I kept listening to their stuff like ever since I had to move back with my parents. It just kind of just helped me cope and just get through this rough time I've just been having, just being stuck in a very toxic and negative environment I grew up in my whole life, and just wanting out of it and just seeking freedom and just being with people that I genuinely truly care and love about. And Clancy's story, I think, inspired me, and I want to write a story something similar to that at a later point in time. And just I think it was just the album and band I just really needed in my life right now. And I never get tired of this album. Every re-listen never bores me. There's something I'll always get to love more out of every track. Every time I listen to it, Oldie Station was the kind of motivation song I needed to get through these tough times. And just every song on here is just a fuzzy, warm welcome that I never get tired of. And just they all slap. They all just click with me. Again, it clicked with me a lot more than Trench. I'm sorry to say, but dude, yeah, Clancy might be just number one. It was just the right album I needed in a dark time I've been having. But yeah, take that with a grain of salt if you have salt on you. I think I made that joke in the my too many movies episode I did recently. But yeah, I think that's it. That should probably do it with this episode. I finally did it. I finally got this first episode out. I know I should have done this like a lot sooner, like maybe back in January, February. It's like March now, but I'm finally getting somewhere with this. And what the fuck are you doing here? Get out of here! Die! Okay, that was weird. A floating head just entered into my room all of a sudden. This is also gonna be the part to say, hey, go watch the newest Too Many Movies episode that just released. I hopefully like around the same time as this episode. It will be in the description. We talked about Following and Doctor Strangelove. Uh, so yeah, shout out to that. The promotional. Go check out Hal's channel. Check out his podcast because that show is what inspired this to exist. But yeah. But to plug all my stuff. You can follow me on Blue Sky. That's where I'll be posting my stuff and just being active more because my Twitters are privated. You will not find me like posting on there. I'll like retweet stuff, but like as of this moment, like yeah, I don't really like talk on Twitter anymore, per se. Most of my posts you'll see on Blue Sky at this moment forward. But yeah, so check out my Blue Sky. Check out my Instagram. I've been using that. I don't post like series so often, but I know like my friends and I just use it just post funny memes with each other in a friend group. So yeah, check that out. Of course, check out my letterbox if you want to see my interests on movies and such. And of course, rate your music. I made a rate your music account for this show, which I've heard was like Letterboxd for music, but it doesn't have like an app or anything, so I had to like go on the website itself. But it's just like Letterboxd for music. So if you guys want to check out my music page, I try to like be more active on that. And I think that's about it for what I could really like promote and such. So yeah, go check out my socials. I'll put them in the description if they work. I don't know. YouTube's like being weird with like stuff. It's like, oh yeah, you can like post YouTube links, but like no, you have to have like identification if you want to post links outside of YouTube or something like that. So I hope they work. If they don't, I'll just like post like the actual like URL page or something like that, or make like a link tree or whatever. That'll like send you to like all my other stuff. If that even works, I don't know. YouTube is fucking weird sometimes. What can I say? But yeah, that should do it for Robyn's Turntable. I hope you guys did like enjoy this. And if you guys do want to see this more from me, please let me know. I'd love to like I want this to be an actual thing. Like I mean, if you're not enjoying this, well, too bad. I'm gonna do this anyway. This is my self-indulgent. I do what I want. Fucking algorithm. But hopefully, like later down the line, I actually get back to doing my more main actual content and stuff like that. But it's like this is just for now. This is just kind of a bit of a holdover and just a way to keep my channel alive and shit. So yeah, that's all I can really say. thank you guys for watching. It means a lot if you made it this far. And I look forward to just exploring new albums from either artists that I'm aware of and like own physically and talk about, see if I want to keep or discard, and just find new artists that you got that I'm sure my friends have listened to that I've not yet, and just find something new out of them that I like. Yeah, so I'm just excited where this goes. So I hope you're willing to join me as we go down this rabbit hole, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna get going. Thank you guys so much for everything. I appreciate it. And yeah, it's so good to be back, being on YouTube and such. I know it's been gone for so long, but yeah, we're gonna make this work. I'm Robyn. This is the first episode of Robyn's Turntable, and we'll see you guys next time. Wait, why am I saying we? I'll see you guys next time. I don't know. This would be the part where I'd scream and stop the recording, but I don't know. I'm actually goodbye. See y'all next time. Peace.